feel a giant stands, a mech with heavy pants commands, each step a quake, a thunderous might, eyes aglow in the endless night. A taint beneath, dark and vast, power fierce, shadows cast, a mighty taint beneath its core, a warrior spirit, ancient lore. Welcome Tainted, a lace-up tunic or medieval hoodie. Welcome Tainted, let's talk about color, or should we? Welcome Tainted, thinking outside the blocks. Welcome Tainted, thanks for joining us, you rock! And have your fun hole rocks. Welcome Tainted, enjoy the chronicles out outside. Welcome Tainted, thinking outside the blocks. Welcome Tainted, thanks for joining us, you rock.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for Think Outside the Blocks, your weekly official Brickworld live stream, where we talk to you about thinking outside of the perceived rigidity of the Lego medium, but also thinking outside of your creative mental blocks. I, of course, am one of your hosts, Chief Brick Officer Mark Larson, and this guy, the guy on my left, everybody's favorite host, Mr. Ben Hauger, Z-Cerberus. How you doing tonight, sir?
I'm here. You saw we already had the show run up. We are in, I don't know what I would call this, the realm of Lego News Desert.
Yeah.
And so we were, making sure we knew what exactly we were going to talk about tonight, because otherwise we're just going to ramble. But even so, we're going to have fun today. I always think when we have a short news week, that means the show will be short, but that never happens.
I doubt that. I feel like a Nintendo. I feel like we're sitting here with no news, like suckers. Mm-hmm. At least we're not chomping at the bit and jumping on every rumor that comes up and being like, "Oh God, what do we do?" We have to make a video every day about what people are saying and what might be true and what might not be true. These poor guys, man. Like we are blessed as content creators, fans of Lego, Nintendos. Yeah, we are definitely blessed as Lego fans and content creators thereof, to have news almost every week. Slim Pickett's here. I want to say hello to the Tainted tonight. Something absolutely amazing happened during the opening. One of my favorite things to ever happen on here. We'll get to that in a second. But Rob Claxton was here first. I know we had some pre-play gang, but this is the first one that's pulling up. Rob Claxton, channel member, is here. Brick Orphanage is here. Brick Dad Builds is here. Marty Becker is here. Good to see you, sir. Good to see all of you. Of course, Brick Studios is here, channel member. Brick Dad Builds is here. Says Green Room Scramble to get ready. Yeah, that was us as well. Landon Bell, channel member, is here. V Mac Attack, channel member, is here. Finally, time to relax for the weekend. Yeah, this is a big decompression point for me. When I'm finally done with everything, we just could go into the show and hang out and kind of have fun. It's a good way to chase away the Monday scaries, I think. Brick Orphanage singing along to Welcome Tainted. Brickhead Brad saying, "I do rock. We all rock. I agree." Sarah Durasa, channel member, says, "Hello, Taints." So, Ben.
Yeah.
I created a video for the intro, and you didn't look at the screen at all during the whole thing. Brand new video. Lots of action, lots of good cuts from the show, lots of original content, lots of funny images.
I almost don't believe it.
I don't either.
But
I don't either.
Wow, I'm gonna have to see this for real.
Ask the Tainted. You know what? I went through and I was like, we have to update all the channel members, especially since Brick Dad Builds bought 5 new memberships for people last week. Well, guess what? Brick Dad Builds did. He bought 5 of the medieval hoodie level memberships for people. I realized today.
We don't even have medieval hoodies yet, but we need them.
We don't even have medieval, but now we definitely need them. Now, the point is, if you're a medieval hoodie member from now until Brickworld, you'll get your special goodie bag. Yeah. I don't know what's going to be in that yet, but there are 6 or 7 of you in the medieval hoodie membership, and some of you have chosen to put yourselves there. And so we'll find something. And you know what I think we should do, Ben? because we can tell how long people have been there and how long people are members, we should do like, if you're a Medieval Hoodie member for a month, you get X. If you're a Medieval Hoodie member for 2 months, XYZ on down the road. And it sounds like a lot of work. Who has time for that? But I think it's worth it. I appreciate our audience very much. And I think it's time to put that work in, especially since people are joining it. And I just left it there. I'm like, I'll figure it out later. There's all this stuff in there that's like, do we have to pay extra to have our name spelled correctly? Did I mess it up?
Probably, but who cares?
Damn it all.
Just Sarah, apparently.
Yes, it's $7.99 a month to have your name spelled correctly. And your name was already in there, so I had to have tried to have changed it. We'll fix that because the video does need some help.
I missed it. I'm busy trying to actually build something, so we have something to show.
Your head is down the entire time. Yeah. It is the most epic video I've ever created. The Tainted can tell you. Okay. It's gorgeous.
All right. This feels like April Fool's Day in February, but what do I know?
Yeah, it's a little from column A, a little from column B. Brickworld says, LEGO should spread out their releases to help out the influencers. Won't somebody think of the poor influencers?
Yeah. And then they have been, basically having a release every month. So they've done that. It's just, when it's week to week, it becomes quite the challenge. So
yeah, very much so. And there's lots of stuff happening here. Papa Rex is here, channel member. Medieval Hoodie would be a good idea for the bag. Yes, it would be. Definitely, I have thoughts. I can't guarantee there will be one in there because I have to also get all your shirt sizes ahead of time. That would be difficult. Look, we have a new member. I don't know what this means. Maybe she upgraded to
maybe.
Maybe not. But I think if you have a song request, hit us up in the chat. We'll play a special song for you. Thank you for becoming a member again. I'm pretty sure I put you in the member list today. So I think you just upgraded from Pareidolia to Medieval Hoodie, or maybe you just renewed. I don't know. Some people renew monthly instead of just subscribing and keeping it repeating. I don't know. I don't know how things happen. I don't know anything.
She did indeed upgrade. So you can definitely request a song when you upgrade.
100%. VMac Tech says, I missed it too, Ben. Sarah DeRosa says, that makes it even worse.
Well,
I know. I had to make an effort to spell your name wrong today. It's basically because I took the columns and put people in order that they joined, and there's a bunch of people who left us.
Wow.
There's a bunch of people who are in the list who are gone now. But the list was a lot longer than I suspected. So, I mean, with Brick Dad Builds gifting those memberships, which is amazing, and we thank him very much for doing so. It's very giving, very generous of you, sir. Appreciate you keeping up the community spirit. He gifted one of them went to Copper Valor, who's not going to be in Brickworld, so she doesn't want a goodie bag, so she's probably not going to renew once her free month is up. So we'll make sure that we watch this. Maybe Copper Valor will be at Brickworld someday. Who knows?
Maybe.
Who knows? I don't know if it'd be worth her time. But
she could stream Animal Crossing from Brickworld. We've had streamers there in the past.
I'd be there with her. Yeah. Ostif's Bricks, one of our new members, has purchased a Switch, and he's Animal Crossing is coming to his house this week. He's gonna download it, start playing, and hopefully I'll be able to visit his island on our Wednesday night live stream. If you guys aren't aware, which I know quite a few of you show up for it, Wednesdays at 11 p.m. we've been going live on Animal Crossing on my islands, and it's been a good time for me. Actually, it's been roping in some of the escapism I do and kind of focusing my Animal Crossing time so that I don't have to be like, all right, I've done it too much and I'm losing work time. I have to stop doing it. I can keep doing it, and it keeps it at a respectable and reasonable rate in my life. Amy Schultz says it will definitely be worth her time to attend. I think so too. I think she'd have a lot of fun with us. She obviously gets along with all of us. VMac Attack says it's a blast. She should come for the community activities. Yes, absolutely. She'll meet Nintendo people. She plays a lot of Nintendo games.
Yeah, there's definitely Nintendo nerds. I mean, we had last year Brickworld. They had a large Smash Brothers build.
Yeah, they played it on the
Smash
wall.
Brothers up on the wall
during World of Lights. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. We had Fortnite was streaming there on a computer case built of Lego that I brought over for Epic Bricks.
And Superhawk has a Mario Kart tournament going on all week.
So there's video games all over the place.
Yeah, there sure are.
Always is.
Yeah, so on the run of show, do we have Valor, Copper join us at Brickworld? Is that one of our topics for the night? Because that's what we spent the first 10 minutes doing, is convincing Copper Valor, who's not here yet, to come to Brickworld.
Yeah, but our show does start with the letter V today. We've got Valentine's Day, volunteering, viewing the MOCs question mark, virtually impossible
Oh,
virtual show,
yeah.
very little news,
Mm,
vicarious holiday love. That is going to be our
what is
our
that?
silliness / headline topic, where we are going to be shipping some Lego characters together today. And if you
Shipping
don't
them.
know what that means, go back and listen to Miles. His chagrin is when we try to use the kids' lingo. So we're going to try to ship some people. Then we'll
Yep.
talk about vexing variables, some vicious verbiage. That sounds
Mhm.
like a close call and a rant.
I
And
got a
then
good one.
vacation. Couple weeks I'll be on vacation for spring break, but not next week
You what?
or the week after. So we've got a
Sure.
couple weeks still before I'm
That,
on vacation. But
yeah, and I've got Brickworld Indianapolis coming up, so we're gonna have a couple streams in the upcoming future that will not have one of us on them.
that'll be variable depending on what's going on. Yeah. So
V for variable, yes. And also, I
yes.
think next week, is it the last Sunday in February next week?
Next Sunday would be the 23rd, so it would be.
Yeah, so I think we should do a March Madness preview.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah, but this isn't what this meeting is for. Now we're live. We'll talk about that later.
Right. So Valentine's Day, Mark, I think everybody might recall that Valentine's Day is my daughter's birthday.
Right, I remember that.
Yeah. So Valentine's Day for me for many years has shifted to a day about a different kind of love. Some, fatherly / parent love towards our child. My wife and I, we still get each other cards, but it's not the same type of thing because, we want the day to still be special for our daughter. She was supposed to be born on Leap Day. Instead, she
Aw.
was 15 days early and she came on Valentine's Day.
Like, I'm ready. Let's go.
Yeah, she was. She ninja kicked her way through the door and just hopped out. It was actually crazy. We got to the hospital.
The door.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty much. Yeah, we got to the hospital and they put my wife into the delivery room and they said, "Hey, bad news, no epidural. Good news, baby will be here in like 45 minutes." So it was ridiculously fast. But what did you do for Valentine's Day? Anything more coupley or fun or romantic or what'd you have going on?
Nope.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
That's what I like to hear.
In the morning, I said happy Valentine's Day because the dog was also near. So I was in like puppy talk mode. And Matt was like, "Oh, should we do something? Are we going to go to dinner? Do you want to do something special?" And I was like, "No, we've been married 5 years. We've been together for 10 years. We've never done jack for Halloween for Halloween. I don't even know what it's called for Halloween's Day.
Whatever
Saying Halloween's Day. I'm like, why would we start now? I'm like, and plus you've been really busy. We're looking forward. You literally asked me, "Do we have no plans this weekend?" And I was like, "Yes, we have absolutely nothing planned." And he was like, "Oh, good, because I really just want to relax and like just catch up on some stuff around the house." And so that's what we
could be a
did.
Valentine's Day present,
Yeah, I mean, I guess we
different
don't
ways to
really,
show love, right?
we don't really necessarily believe in it.
Yeah.
We don't do it. We don't really care. I think the first year we were together, I drew Matt a heart, like a literal heart, like wrapped in Nordic vines.
Okay.
And got him a bamboo plant that stayed alive until we moved here, and he killed it.
Okay.
Bamboo's
Get him
really hard to kill. Like, you had to try to kill that thing.
Yeah, you can get him the lucky Lego bamboo. And,
right? So it doesn't
put that
die.
together instead. It won't die.
It doesn't clean the air in your house, though. All right, so we got a couple comments here I want to bring up. Brick Dad Build says, "I have a request for a shout out for Lego Ideas Build in support voting." So Ben, I don't know. Remember on we try to avoid this even on Eurobricks.
We did.
And it's something that like I feel like we should do our best to avoid because we don't want to become like we don't want people to say like, you didn't
want to be the
this one.
shillers. Yeah.
Yeah, and like, what if we find one that we're like, we don't want to put that up for whatever reason? Like, there are many reasons not to. What do you think, Ben? He's sitting here waiting for us. He has a request. And so, what do we say? What do you think our policy should be on promoting Lego ideas?
We look at MOCs. I don't think we necessarily promote ideas. If it's a cool MOC, we might look at it. We might not talk about it as an ideas set. Or if we do mention it, we're not giving any links or anything.
Right.
But we are receptive to channel members who send us things they've built to potentially look at it. So
Yeah, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open Discord. I'm going to ask Brick Dad Builds to send me a link to this, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got some more
that.
birthday love from Brick Dad Builds as well.
Yes.
VMAC Attack says, so we shouldn't be expecting minifigures in the mail. Dang. So Ben, I noticed as I'm watching through all the episodes, getting prepared for our 100th episode, which is just 10 episodes away. I've got a lot of verbal tics. There's things that I say a lot. One of which is "so Ben," which I say a lot, like sometimes more than 5 times an episode. One of yours is "I got nothing." So Ben, on this comment here, do you know what he's talking about, or do you got nothing?
I got nothing.
Yeah, sorry, Vince. We lost the thread on this one. Brickhead Brad says
Christmas baby.
Brickhead Brad says my oldest was on December 25th. That's a common one. I know quite a few people born around the holidays or on Christmas. Brickdad Built says we did nothing here. Wife and daughter were in Milwaukee for gymnastics, so it was a guys' night here. Cool. Amy Schultz, channel member, says, actually, if you don't try the bamboo, will die. For me, anyway. I forget to add water. I forgot a lucky bamboo gift I got from a convention in my back seat, and I found it 2 months later, alive. I parked in the driveway, so like maybe it was like photosynthesis through the windows that was creating moisture in the car. Brickdad Bill says either way, fine. There, and I got the link. I will take a look at it in a minute. Moto is here. Hey, Moto, thanks for joining us tonight. I think you might be happy to hear that. Oh, yes, and I've been meaning to talk about this one. We're definitely going to bring this up, especially since Brickdad Builds gifted 5 people memberships last week. You and I can critique this because I've been meaning to send him feedback about it. It is actually amazing, but I think he could use a couple tweaks. But apparently, it's already in. Okay. All right, so we'll bring that up in a second. Oh, actually, we'll bring that up as part of our what's it called when we're talking about MOCs, when we're talking about because we'll just make Brickdad Builds part of that. Anything factual said is fine and legal as historical record. Talk away. More? Ben, you got nothing? Or do you know what you're talking about?
If we can say whatever we want as long as it's factual. You can't get in trouble for speaking facts.
Okay. Moto, you'll be happy to know that last week I was moving something around. I said, I want to make sure I don't Larry this. So it's moved on from, because there's video evidence of it, it's moved on from pulling a Moto to pulling a Larry. I just made it a verb. I don't want to Larry my mock. Ron Smith says, channel member as well. My hubby bought me a botanical set for Valentine's. Oh, nice. Which one? VMAC Deck says shipping minifigs. Oh, yeah, shipping them. Oh, shipping. So you're relationshipping them. We're not going to ship them to you. Yeah, it does kind of sound like that. That's why I tried to leave the G out, but I forgot to in the title, but I did it in the thumbnail. Brickdad Build says it can be updated. All right, good.
Okay. All right. Okay, so the second topic that we are going to talk about, volunteering. And I brought this up, I guess, for 2 reasons. 1.5 reasons. The first reason is for Mara's birthday, what she wanted to do was volunteer at a nonprofit. That was her birthday request. And it's an activity. It's Feed My Starving Children. You know, we're not going to promote a bunch of charities here. We sometimes talk about Laurie's Children's Hospital and those charities. We love those. This one was fun too. You pack food, fun for starving children all over the world. So that's exciting and what she wanted to do on her birthday.
Barf, that is cute. Barf, that is ding dong a doorbell. Now that is a sentence I think you may only hear on Think Outside the Blocks. Barf, that is ding dong a doorbell.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love her. I mean, not like I didn't already, but like that's very, very sweet. Ron Smith got the orchid for Valentine's Day.
The little one or
badass.
the big one?
Good job,
Probably
hubby.
The little one?
Yeah, good question.
Yeah.
Volunteering is great. So it every year. So do it every year, probably he means. Every year, and I hope others do as well. I forgot to say who that was. It was Moto. Hi. Brickhead Brad says that's too sweet.
Yeah.
Barf, it's ding dong a doorbell. That you said it probably much more concise. Amy Schultz, channel member, says, wow, that is so wonderful of Mara to want that. Yeah, that's really, really cute.
Yeah, she likes it. It was actually fun because every time you finish a box, which is 36 bags of food, your station, they encourage you to give a cheer. And so our cheer was Happy Birthday, Mara. So everyone's shouting Happy Birthday, Mara, and she's over there blushing while she's scooping the little food into the bags. So I don't know. That's just kind of the way she is.
Yeah, that's awesome.
What about Brickworld and volunteering? What do you do for volunteers at Brickworld, Mark?
So we have volunteer parts. They are better than the goodie bag parts, and we give them plenty to go out and trade with other people. Last year, I think we did several colors of the bread loaf piece, and I think last year was no, that was 2 years ago. Last year was ferns, I think, for the volunteers,
Ooh.
and we threw in what did we have? We had some transparent piece. They're under the table over there. I can go check, but they're good pieces. And it's basically like we'll throw some parts at you, and they're fun. And like we encourage people to trade pieces to get to know people. That's why we put a bunch in the goodie bag. We try to get the more rare pieces or the newer pieces. I try to think about like what most people build in. The bread loaf piece was huge a couple of years ago, and it came out in like all of the colors. So yeah, basically, we're trying to encourage people to volunteer by having better parts to like trade with, and we'll see what more we can do because I feel like we should do more for our volunteers because there's a lot of them, and people are just always like the people who do volunteer and sign up for the slots. They're constantly coming up and asking what else we need, and we put them to work because we need them and we can't do this without them. I do want to say real quick a couple things to really draw this out. One thing that's really important, you're going to get an email tomorrow morning, and it's going to say this to you. It's going to say, "Dear name, time is running out to take advantage of early registration pricing for Brickworld Chicago 2025. Register by February 28th to lock in the discount rate of $120 on March 1st, that is. The registration price increases to $160, so don't wait. Secure your spot now and save $40 before the deadline passes. Register now, and that'll be a link. That register now will be a link that you can click to go ahead and register. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We look forward to seeing you at Brickworld Chicago 2025. So we are getting down to the last weeks of the early bird pricing. Right now, it's $120 to register. On March 1st, it becomes $160 to register for the show. So if you are thinking about it, if you're on the fence, do it now. Do it now. We'll do it live.
Register through the website. It'll bring you to an app to do registration. I'm sure we've got had in the past, probably still have videos up there. If you're having some direct issue, you can contact Brickworld at contactus@brickworld.com. You
got it. And if you've come to Brickworld before, you will get the email, and there'll be a link directly to the registration on there. But like Ben said, if not, go to the Brickworld website and go to the convention tab, and you will find the link to register there. Thank you, Ben. And as he said, any trouble at all, hit that email right there. Contact us at brickworld.com. That's the way to do it. Don't text me. Don't send me a message on Facebook. Don't send me a message on Discord. Send it to contact us at brickworld.com. And everybody who needs to see it will see it. And someone will take care of it who probably won't be me. Someone who is much better at taking care of it might be Joellen Child.
Could be.
Because she's been answering our emails lately because there are always people who are willing to help and we appreciate them from the bottom of our hearts. Moto says that he loves those bags and he loves the volunteers that pack them because there's a volunteer shift that packs the volunteer brick bags and then you get to take them with them at the end. Like, which ones do you want? Just take some. Moto also says, need that link for me and Mr. Meow as a T-foal. Oh, yay. Have you brought him before? I think yes, no, but either way.
I don't recall meeting Mr. Meow, but hey, if you've got one to bring along, bring them along.
Yeah, I would say that's awesome. If you're starting to bring family members along with you and everyone can do that together, it's Father's Day weekend after all. I'm assuming Mr. Meow is actually
will be his first time.
Oh yay! All right, cool. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Brickhead Brad also says, "Do it," as Palps would say.
Do it.
Do it. Yes.
Do it.
Is there a way I can ship my builds to the convention and also ship back home after the convention? So Rob Claxton, no. Unfortunately, they're crazy about the way shipping and receiving goes. And so we always have sponsors ship us stuff, and it always turns into a mad dash for it. What I would do, if I were you, I'd find a DHL or a UPS that you can ship it to a box from there. There are plenty around that area. I think there might be one in Woodfield Mall, but ship it to like a DHL station or a UPS box and pick it up there. Also, Ben, what I've been meaning to do, one of the Brickworld special presentations I want to do is how to pack for Brickworld. I mean, obviously, I could do the stuff that I'm doing here and show you how to like make custom boxes and stuff like that. But I used to pack everything into shoe boxes and throw them all into a suitcase and bring them from California. When I lived in California, I was working for Legoland. And I had that huge monorail station and that huge Fabuland castle that I used the same technique for that fit into like 4 shoe boxes.
There you go. And
granted, I had to shove all the clothes I was going to wear for the week into a carry-on, but that was fine. That was fine as long as I got all the Lego there. That was the important part.
We could get some people who are real experts in this, like Crystal or Lego Team B. Some of our folks who travel from overseas and manage to get their stuff here and get it set up. That'd be really cool.
Oops. So, Jesse's Brick Galaxy is here. Welcome, Jesse. Thanks for being here. We may need you a couple times in the upcoming weeks. It looks like Ben and I will be out of town here and there.
March Madness.
I just like, and you've got to be on for the entire month of March.
Pretty much.
You have to.
Might as well be here anyway.
If you ever want to join us for Brickworld Crossing, you're more than welcome to as well. Brick That Build says traveling with Lego builds. Yeah, that'd be a good topic, I think, for a... Moto also says, hope everyone helps Mr. Meow have the best first convention. No, it will be. I hope so. I'll do my best. I think everyone will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, we've done a lot of talking so far, and we're almost a half hour in. However, I have to tell you an orchid story.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
So every year for like my sister's birthday or Mother's Day or whatever, I would bring my sister an orchid. I just go to Whole Foods on the way to their house and pick up an orchid. It's like a nice thing to do. She likes orchids, and they don't survive. She's not good at taking care of orchids. So all of the orchids would just die. So finally I bought her the Lego orchid and we built it together as a family. So then I pulled my brother-in-law aside and I'm like, I'm going to buy another copy and I'm going to build it and I'll make it look dead and you've got to replace it. And so I finally just followed through and bought the orchid the other day because I'm like, it's going to be discontinued soon. So I have the orchid ready to do it. And I'm excited about that. I think it's going to be the most fun prank that I pulled in a while. Yeah. Nice. All right. So shall we move on with the evening?
For sure. Yeah. Right. Next thing we're going to talk about is viewing the MOCs ? I got a little bit to show, but not a lot. But that's okay. We can talk about
busy week.
Yeah. This weekend.
Busy Valentine's. Yeah. Birthdays. Yeah.
Birthdays. Miles had a basketball tournament today, so 3 basketball games. Mara had dance and a cookie decorating class yesterday. Miles also went to his cousin's basketball tournament. It has been crazy. And then Friday was Valentine's Day. So.
Kids in sports. I do not envy you that.
Yeah, it is a thing. Miles' team did pretty well today. They got 3rd in their tournament.
Awesome.
Yeah, so they won 2 out of 3 games, and so that was a fun time for him. And they've got more tournaments coming up. It's going to be tournament out before you know it.
Sounds like Miles' team has the Riz.
Yeah, I think they've only lost 1 game. Well, now 2 games with this tournament lasts all year. So they're pretty good. Today was a little different because they could do more things that they're restricted from doing in their rec league. Like they don't let them do full court press in the rec league, and they could now. So it was a bit different. But let's get to the walk-up song. Here we go. I'll go first because I'm on the left. Here we go.
Who's that?
Who's this kicking it with a new mob? New mob. New mob. New mob. Yeah. Will we get a chunky match? Will we get computer tech? And orange spaceship so sleek? Does he hate castles this week? Does the new mech have a wicked team? Has the castle from last week been reshaped? Has he built 5 or 10? Welcomes the Cerberus Daddy Ben. Yeah! Jump to 5 men!
All right. So in the meantime, we've got some news from the Tainted. Brick Dad Builds does gymnastics and travel soccer. Jeez, travel sports are hell. I know this from friends of mine who have done them as kids and also our parents. Jesse's Brick Galaxy says, in the mock building zone lately. That's exciting. That's great to hear. Glad to hear. I hope to see some new stuff on the stream when you come in and guest host. Moto says, love that SUNO or AI song. Suno.
Yeah, it's it is. It's a fun song. One of our
What's
favorites.
happening?
So this I built quite a while ago as a sketch model. It was built out of a number of the 3-in-1 Lego medieval castle. But I built it when we were on vacation because sometimes that's the only time I can build. When the kids would actually go to bed, my wife and I were staying up. I sorted some parts and started trying to work on this.
Nice.
So I've shown this before, but this was the sketch model. It's been sitting in the background of my build corner for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just been waiting to be translated since it's not as complete. The texture is not as good. There's fewer details than you might see on another mock, a little more restricted in pieces. Translating this over to one of the hexagons to go with the rest of what I'm working on. So I just started it. Here's where I started. And, part of this, too, is just for our sake. We always like to see where we start so we know where we're ending.
Yes. Do I ever know where I'm ending?
Yeah, so, it's
haven't really ended yet.
Not yet, but we'll get there. So it's part of the being able to, when it's done, show on stream sort of the progress as it goes.
Here's some mock news update from the Tainted. Jesse's Brick Galaxy is working on a Marvel building that's coming to Chicago, so maybe he doesn't want to show that. Maybe he wants to surprise everybody. We might not see it on the stream. Who knows? I can't tell from this comment. Brickhead Brad says he did a Jedi Starfighter mock during 2 snow days. Yeah, nice.
There you go.
Take that IP stuff and build it yourself. I love that.
Yeah, so there's not a ton to show here, but it's, of course, got the same modular structure, with the hexagon structure, so we can add little details as it goes up with the little sketch models or the little accoutrement models that we've been working on the hexagons.
Nice.
So it's a relatively small footprint, but they don't all have to be giant. So
Brick Studio is asking when Brickworld Grand Rapids dates are going to be announced. As soon as my ass signs the contract, we just got it this week, so I just have to go through and verify that everything in the contract is the way it should look. They try to pull stuff on us sometimes, so it's just on me to get that work done. But very soon, and the dates that are unofficial at this point are the last week in September. So it'll be the second week of Art Prize. I don't know what that is, like 29th or something like that. I'd have to pull up a calendar. Hey, look, I have a calendar right here. So it would be, we're talking right now about September 27th and 28th. And we would have, we'd start set up on Wednesday, the 24th, because we want to do a lot with Art Prize this year. So those would be the dates, but we can't officially announce them yet. But be more than happy to see you there, sir. Thank you for asking. Moto is proud of Jesse. Brickhead Brad says, I need to get some staircase pieces. And Jesse also loves Moto. Anyway,
of course
no, this hexagon thing is a new language for you, and I think it's exciting. Is that a different size hexagon, or is that a mexagon?
This is one of the mexagons. And that's kind of one of the things I'm wondering about, is if the mexagon is going to be the right size for this.
So the new tree is on a smexagon to the left there?
Yep, this is a smexagon.
Oh, okay. Wow, there's a lot of space on that smexagon.
Yeah, there's still some space left on this one. This is just the tree we built last week. And I just kind of tossed it on there. It's not really a finished module yet.
I'm not shaming you for not having a lot on it. I'm just saying there's quite a bit of space to be able to fill, even if you haven't, or even if you want to leave it that way. This seems like a very diverse system of modularity. seeing how much space is available on that Smexagon, seeing only the one tree on it. So I see everything in the back is on Smexagons as well, and they look very full and very very dynamic, I guess.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
Yeah, and that's kind of part of it is, you don't want to overwhelm what you're building, but this little module here, you just add a couple of Smexagons.
Yep.
And it gives it a lot fuller look already with just those two things.
100%.
So it's part of what I want to do. The other thing I've been thinking of doing is, I have a couple of round bases that I did before. Building a little adapter that'll convert from round over to the hexagons.
Mm-hmm.
So I can kind of do the same thing. I can convert
one
of the round ones over to kind of fit in the system without having to move it onto a new base.
A converter, of course.
Yeah.
So let's see. VMacatech says he was on the fence about the geometry lesson, but seeing all the tree islands come together, he's now a believer. This makes me want to do a golden proportion Brickworld special presentation. Brick Studio says, okay, looking forward to displaying again this year. Did so in 2023. I'm squinting now at the thumbnail to see if because my eyes are old. I'm like, do I recognize you? I'm sure I know who you are. Apologies. Amoto says, not Kill Me Dead this year, like every year. Love you, bud. He must be talking to
Jesse, probably.
Yes, I think so.
Everyone loves Jesse.
Brickhead Brad, empty space is good. Yes. Just again, I'd love to do a golden proportion presentation because, having a dynamic, what's it called? Dynamic layout with good proportions and having some, what we call in design, like white space. Definitely good.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are awesome.
Just kind of build up a little something pretty fast. Kind of, okay, now we've got a little forge in the woods here. Now we've got the ruins back behind there. So we're gonna keep working, and I've got to do some of the triangles to go with our hexagons and hexagons, and then I've got to do the larger size of this still, but it takes time to build the bases. Unfortunately, it always takes time to build the base. It's a system, though, so it's not like I can't hammer a bunch of them out.
The ever-elusive lexagon, yes.
Yes, we got to get up to the lexagon and maybe the X-lexagon.
Ooh.
The slexagon, the super lexagon.
I like it.
We'll see, but there's definitely, I'm actually now pretty settled.
The hexagon, the giant hexagon.
Giant hexagon. I'm actually pretty settled on doing the next one. This is 32 wide in this area. I'm pretty set on doing the next one as 48.
Ooh.
So.
Ooh. An ooh just for the idea of it.
We'll see.
The lexagon is a large hexagon.
Yes. So this is the smexagon, small hexagon, the mexagon, the medium hexagon, and then we'll have to do a large hexagon, which will be the lexagon. And a
gexagon, a giant hexagon. Jesse's Bricks Galaxy says he's a vexagon.
Yes, he's vexagon.
Yeah.
But there we go. So
he doesn't eat hexagons.
We also last week we talked about securing these little tree branches better by adding some little stems or something in there, or carrot tops. Yeah. These are like those little tiny stems. Little 3-piece stems.
It's Chris White. I know Chris White very well. Sorry, I didn't recognize you from your thumbnail.
Yeah, you're hard. Sometimes it's hard for Mark's old eyes to see things. There we go. So now these are nice and secure.
Very far away.
They don't fall off as easily. So there you go. Another little tree to add to.
Yeah, you're killing it.
Build here. The only thing I'm curious about is whether or not the footprint here is basically all going to be covered by translating this over. But maybe that won't be so bad since I can always just, tack the hexagons on where I want to add more to the scene. So,
right.
See when it's done.
Moda says, I'm thinking soccer, football geometry. I'm sorry. He says, I'm thinking soccer, football, ball geometry. Would that work?
Yeah, so those are hexagons and pentagons. And I think the pentagon might be a little difficult. Yeah, the filler triangle is the flexagon. Yeah, the filler shape. Indeed, it is. You can get a couple of those flexagons together to fill in whatever gaps you have. So
I like that. It's cleaver.
yes, very clever.
Here's a challenge for Brent to do a dodecahedron. I would actually like to do the platonic solids. I would love to do a Lego platonic solids build, but who has time for that?
It does. Now, when I'm finally done with this, I can take the sketch model apart that's just been sitting in the back, reclaim a few pieces. But
yeah,
kind of needed it around to kind of be like, yeah, this was the thought. Here's the finished idea, and see where it goes.
I'm glad you led with that's a sketch model because I was like, what am I looking at?
That's what it is, you know.
It's a Ben like 1999 model.
Yeah, I mean it's still cute, but it needs some detail.
It's cute, but it's not a doorbell.
Detail goes in the back, so you can see I had a little chimney or a little forge on this one. I want to have a much bigger one on this one.
You mean a limney?
A limney, a little chimney is a limney. The chimney. I don't know.
All right, so modal, hello everybody in pronunciation. Moto says, I think I solved it tonight. Glad I'm never alone. You're never alone here on Think Outside the Blocks. We're all here with you. You're in the Tainted, sir. The Tainted is a place where you will never feel lonely.
I think if I have the requisite number of hexagons here, we could get what does that pentagon shape look like in here? I can never remember. So here's the triangle. I don't want that.
Turn them both out.
Here we go.
There it is. Cooper Copper Kayak is here. You're welcome, Moto. We love you.
This will end up being he's going like this.
Flat side first. Yep.
And then there'd be one more.
VMAC Tech suggests that you're going to start a forest fire here.
So who knows?
Is it a tesseract?
Oh.
That's not a platonic solid. Tesseract is just a cube.
Yeah.
Boring.
Very confusing cube. So anyway. On this tree, I never really I don't know if it's finished or not. I got some weird colors on it here and there, but
what's ever finished?
That's true. Good point.
Thank you.
Little tree there too. So that's what I got going, Mark. We're trying to upgrade our sketch to a complete mock, and there's where we're starting. So we'll see where it goes.
All righty. Okay. Nicely done, sir. Zoom
in on the slightly more finished stuff in the back there.
It's a beautiful build table, I must say.
Yeah, there's still a lot of junk on it, but this one in the back with the I really like the tree. I really like the yellow tree and the red tree in the back.
Oh, I love these trees. Yeah. No, you can tree for sure.
Working on trees.
Yep.
Lots of trees. So there we go.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, my flexagon is out of position. So we got to reposition the flexagon.
Oh, I like the covered flexagon. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. All right, Mark, you got some stuff to show this week too?
What do you know I do?
All right. Well, then we've got a walk markup, of course.
We gotta. Let's do it.
You ready? Let's do it. That's black.
Oh, probably because the camera's dead. Hold on.
But I can see the picture of it in the green room.
That's bizarre. And also, I can't find my. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know what's happening. Let me go ahead and I'll just remove this. and I'll stop the camera, and I'll do it again. I also don't have my my microphone for my headset, so add to stage. There it is.
There it is.
Hey, we got
Look
it.
at that.
Go. All right, so I'm gonna swing this over this way, and so it's gonna be in an awkward position tonight. Yeah. Where on earth is the microphone for this headset? Where would it be? I don't know. Well,
You're not wearing them backwards, are you?
live streaming. Nope. Not as far as I can tell. Anyway, I'll sit there. I'll sit here like this. All right. Hello, everybody. So, I don't have the flexibility I normally do to be able to walk around this and show it and spin it around, but I'll do my best to kind of look at the screen and look at what you're seeing and move the camera and move the microphone. What do you see? What do you like? What's new to you?
Well, I think the perhaps most obvious thing, kind of two things. One is now we've got 3 little special windows on the top level there.
Yes.
Spread out our sideways fence built window things.
That is correct.
And then I think we've made some improvements to the roof over the front door.
Oh, we certainly have.
As well. So those are kind of the 2 big things that I can see.
Yeah. So I did a lot of roof geometry this week, and that's kind of where it was all concentrated. I've got these like here. You'll kind of see some of the ugliness of this as I'm working out the geometry. There's going to be a week where I'm like, look, I did a bunch of new stuff, and it's going to look all the same because I'm just going to repeat everything and get the roof going all the way around. But these beams that come out here, I built them in place, and then this was coming down at the wrong angle. So then I removed them, and then I realized I needed it, and so I rebuilt them. So there was a lot of busy work this week. But like most of it was just figuring out exactly where the roof can go. You can see this gap here now is wider than it was on the other version of this house. And part of the reason for that is because we're bringing the roof back further so that it can actually reduce more, because if you remember in the last one, it was all the same size going up.
Yeah.
And so the pagoda house wasn't actually stepping in the way pagoda houses do. This roof, by the way, is too wide. I do have to reduce that a little bit. But you can also see here, there's a problem. This is going to be the edge of that. So I've got to figure out exactly how to get that to wrap around, what that's going to look like. Do I do 3 windows? Do I do something else? Do I do 1 round window in the center and something smaller on the sides, which I think might be what I end up doing. Like maybe some more of this maybe more of the paneling instead of windows here and here to kind of make it easier to wrap around the edges and reduce further. Again, what's going to happen with that once that steps in is like the entire roof should come up from this angle here, from this roof, and I'm not sure what that's going to look like or how that's going to happen. It also might be a little bit too close to the edge. I might want it to hang out a little further. So I might have a giant roof on this, and so I don't know what that's going to look like yet, and that has to be figured out before I start building the other sections. I left this with the dark over on the bottom. Yeah, I do like it. Let me see if I've got a piece within reach. I don't, but I guess I can use this. If this is down here, I like the separation when there is when there's dark tan between the two. I'm okay with it not going back to white first.
Okay.
I actually kind of like it. It looks the same on the front. Whoops. This is obviously when I put it back together, I did it very, I just put a tile and a brick on there.
Yeah.
But if I take this off, what a dumb thing to lose is the microphone for my headset. If I take this off, it gives you a little bit more light here on this porch, this patio area. I put a couple, the plants aren't in there. Where on earth?
Accoutrement up on there.
Got some accoutrement for sure. Got another, a low wood table and a little fountain. I don't know if you can see the fountain.
I can see the little fountain. Yeah. You finished the rest of the decking in there, because before you only had it really done.
And that makes a difference, I think, because if you see it going from the dark tan back to the darker lavender and then the lighter lavender, I actually really, really like how that looks as a color story.
Yeah. Eco Buns.
Hey, Eco
Says
Buns,
it's
how are you, baby?
looking good.
Good to see you here. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Copper Valor checked in. Says what Copper Valor always says, can't stay, but I wanted to say hi.
But Copper Valor, you have to go back and watch. Copper Valor, you have to go back and watch the first 10 minutes because we all discussed you and why you should come to Brickworld.
Yes. Brickted Build says maybe put the 3 round, 1 per side of building, and then do the first floor paneling on the sides. So keep those windows, but move them 1 per side.
I like that a lot. That's a really good idea.
Eco Buns, which might also be known as Echo Buns. You never know with us.
Sometimes she
is. Miss with a bunch of S's, you.
Aw.
Yeah. So there we go. All right. We've got that the cute butterfly right above the door as well, and you can see it a lot better now that the roof is pitched up a little more.
Yeah, does that work for you? The butterfly?
Yeah, I think it's cute.
I didn't know if it was enough.
Yeah, I think it's cute, and you already have the detail back behind it with the arch over the windows. So you already kind of got something else in there too. So I think if it was a lot more, it might be too much. So I think it's good the way it is.
Yeah, I wanted like a sorry. I wanted like a decorated tile that had some sort of like dragon symbol on it or something, or some sort of Chinese New Year, even though this is Japanese pagoda house, to be like a nice design. But I think the butterfly actually works pretty well, just because it has a nice neutral colors, but a good pattern.
I was just checking to see if I had, because they do make that dragon hilt piece, but I usually see it in gold, and I know how you feel about gold.
I don't mind a couple gold accents here. The fountain has a gold accent. The fountains inside have gold accents. There might be some gold used here. Gold isn't the evil that I necessarily view it as. If there's too much of it, yeah, sure. But like, I mean, when I put lanterns on the edges of these, the only tassel piece that's going to work for it is that gold tassel.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to see some.
The dragon hilt does come in white.
Oh, it does?
And black.
Oh, I like the idea of the white around the...
Yeah, there's a white one in a number of sets. Here, we can throw this up. Let me share my screen. So you can take a look at, here's the hilt, and there it is in gold.
Okay.
But they have white ones, as you can see. For example, Mate Dragon Mech apparently has 3 of them somewhere. I can't see them here, but there are 3.
I like the idea a lot.
Yeah, I don't know where they are, but they do have those.
And they're in white in that one?
Apparently. There's a couple others. 55 in pearl gold, 10 in black, 19 sets where it's in white. Nice, like a clear view.
Brick Orphanage talked about it in the chat last week that it was that he uses Rakuten, and I had another meeting with the owner of Brick Vibe where he was talking about Rakuten. So I was like, fine, I'll sign up for Rakuten. And they were running 12 to 15% cash back on Lego.com last week, and I do believe it goes for a couple more days, maybe. I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, here it is on May's sword. The handle down here is the white dragon.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
So it does exist. It is out there.
All right, I'll look for it. I like the idea a lot. So yeah, this is basically what I got done.
In the back here, we've definitely got a bit of robot pareidolia cooking.
Yep.
Hello.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with that sensor. I think I might want to replace it with a another crescent moon window, but also that'll make it look even more pareidolia.
Yeah.
And if this is bilaterally symmetrical and we have another window here, there'll be a Cyclops eye. It'll be Thanos with a jewel in his forehead.
It is kind of Thanos-y right there. Now you just need the Hulk smash truck. So
Everyone needs the Hulk smash truck.
yeah.
For sure.
Orphanage says Rakuten always has at least 2.5% cash back on shop at home.
All right, let's take my camera off for a bit, and I will put this on the waterfall and see how everyone likes it.
Okay, so we're gonna pick that up and move it. While we're doing that, we can go samesies on the size here. While we're taking a look at this here. Brick Orphanage does say that minimum 1.5% on exclusive or hard to find. So apparently some things have a little bit less cash back.
No, it was 12.5 on exclusives and hard to find last week. So check it out now because that might still be going.
Yeah. But it'll apparently vanish soon. Or at least that will be the fear. Okay, yeah, so last week I know one of the main things we liked after you had this repositioned was kind of the stairway leading up to the house. Looked like we had some empty space, but right now it's pretty clear you're working on getting the house itself in good position before doing a lot of adding on to the landscape.
Mm-hmm. All right.
But I think we're ready to add it back on, so let's do that. So there we have it. I think before it was even more to the right of the screen. So
was it?
Yeah, I think it was closer to the bamboo. Yes, like this. Yeah, okay. There you go.
Oh, you're right, because I remember I liked the way it wrapped around the edge of the building.
Yep. And now the stairs kind of already lead right up to the base of your stairs. Jesse gives it an ooh. He likes that. It's been a while since we've used this banner, but we have it. So we have that one. And then I think the other good thing here is you're kind of right in position on that first floor to put some sort of fishing pier or wharf out over to the water fall in
100%
short order there. So
yeah, who knows what's going to happen to the landscaping once I have the house done?
Yeah, who knows?
It's probably where I should have started.
Well, this kind of you did have when you had the other shape. You know, it's really set up for a different structure, but still, I think it'll work overall when you get to the end of it here.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Copper Valor says, cute build with the panda. And I always have to ask every time I see that panda, Mark's favorite question, which is this. Mark doesn't. Mark likes this banner more than Mark is businessing, but he's given us the storm clouds here. There we go. Let's see here. And yes, we have talked about this. The panda is Chinese. Yes, pandas are from China, so having a Chinese New Year piece isn't that far of a stretch, even though pagoda houses are more Japanese in architecture.
Although there are Chinese pagodas, of course, as well, so it wouldn't be that far off.
Yeah.
Pagoda houses are more traditionally Japananize, I think. I don't know. I haven't asked ChatGPT yet, so
we always could. Do you want to do this part with Brick Dad build since we have very little Lego news?
Yeah, we should. I sent him the link to join us, but he hasn't. He apparently doesn't want to. But I can go ahead and bring up the mock, and we can take a look at it, and then I'll do the bathroom song.
There's Orion.
Oh, there's Orion. There she is. Hi, baby. Just the little dragon head coming out of the cave. Rawr.
I was like, who's back there? Who's the hairy blonde brunette back there?
There she is, running into all the Lego boxes now.
Yeah.
All right, so let's walk him up. Here he is, Brick Dad Builds.
In the corner of the room, there's a world made of bricks. Brick Dad's in his zone, working his magic with flicks. Late nights glow with colors, each piece tells a tale. Building dreams for his kids, every block a trail. Every click brings a vision, his heart starts to soar. Creating joy in a castle, can't help but adore. Brick Dad building up dreams, one piece at a time. With every block placed down, it's like writing a rhyme. Creating memories that shine brighter than gold. In a world made of Lego, the stories unfold.
All right, nice. All right, nice. I meant. So here's what Brick Dad Builds is basing this build off of. It's Magritte's The Son of Man. And here's the mosaic he's created.
Okay.
Thoughts?
Well, I like it better than the sunflowers, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, 100%. Like for a parts pack, I would 100% get this because I really do like the colors that are being utilized here.
Yeah.
I think my first reaction is like the apple is perfect. Amy Schultz says it's fantastic. The one thing that sets me off a little bit, and I think this would be an easy tweak, and I might just be being a stickler, is I think the shoulders are just a little too mechanical, like a little too square.
I think
but
that
they're
is
not that rounded in the actual painting.
well, but they're a little more rounded. I think part of it
A
is when
bit.
I'm looking at it, it goes from being very smooth,
Mm-hmm.
then all of a sudden being very stipply with the studs, and then the round studs with the
Yes.
gaps in the back.
Yes.
So it almost kind of looks like it's two different things from the bottom half versus the top half. Like the trench coat and all the stuff on the bottom kind of has its own. There's like a dividing line right at the shoulders, where it looks like something different up top.
And if you look at this, like, so it's like, I went to art school, so I'm going to be a bit of a bitch about this. I do apologize. But like his left shoulder is actually lower than his right shoulder. And what I do miss from this is the storm clouds and his hands, actually. Al Goff is here. First time to join. Love the Chinese build, Mark. Thank you, Al. Great to see you. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Al Goff is one of our displayers at Indianapolis. He does amazing stuff. He builds these these pirate chests that have like pirate builds in them, and he puts them on the floor with no stanchions because he likes to like let the kids interact with them. Just a really exciting person to like have at the shows, and is really inspiring to people who want to build and builds differently than anybody I've ever seen. Let's see. Furniture, yes, pirate furniture. Thank you. Sorry. Anyway, it's amazing stuff. And if you're going to be in Indianapolis, you should definitely stop by and say hey to Al. Glad you're here tonight. Thanks for joining us. Got a couple other pictures here. Hold on.
Kid Brad says it's Lego, not paint. Yeah, I know. It's just that it kind of
100%.
I think it's just that it's sort of like it's like so immediate. It almost feels like I think what would help is if some of the tiles went up into the round one by ones, so it kind of blended more, gave more of a transition. It's just really stark right now. Or there was some other way to blend it.
He's got like the edge of the wall going, and the ocean fading into the background is excellent. What I'd like to see is clearer storm clouds, because right now it's like it's almost like, oh, who did Sunday on the Brinks of the Grand Shot? Who is that? Who is the pointillist? Surratt. It looks very like George Surratt, where this is Magritte, and so I'd like to see more solid shapes in there, kind of like the sunflower build, where they, even though it made it more three-dimensional, I think the storm clouds are kind of lost in this, unfortunately. But I think it's like, as is, I think it's fantastic.
I like the trench coat and the tie. The apple's pretty good.
Like, I'm being really picky. I know that. The hat's fantastic.
I like good, nice clear shot.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of the frame? Do you need to do more with the frame on something like this? Seems like Lego's really kind of pushed some of their framing on these art pieces. I kind of like the simple black frame, but that's
so
just
do
me.
I think it works. I mean, and we don't see. I don't know where this is. Where this is displayed, what it looks like. There you are. Oh, you're in the green room. Oh, hey, you're here. Hey, we
Yeah,
were just
sorry,
reading
I
the
was having
advice.
audio issues, so I was listening. I was trying to get my audio working. I was just having problems. So
All right, great. So, did you hear our feedback?
critiques. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, actually, I did. And I've been looking at trying to add the clouds in even more.
Hmm.
The biggest thing that I've been trying to do is trying to stay on par for part count in
Okay.
comparison to the other art prints that are already
Oh, yeah,
there.
yeah.
Ah, okay.
So, and that one of the reasons too, that I avoided not doing the hands was just to try and compress it because the size of it is on par with the same scale as the other art prints as well. So
Yeah.
I could squeeze them up, bring the brick wall up a little bit higher, and try and stretch it out just a little bit more. But yeah, no, the criticism was wonderful. I really appreciate, and I appreciate you guys taking a look at this,
Yeah.
just from a structural point of all that. And yeah, it's I wanted to actually have that delineation between the dots and the tiles because of the water and the sky transition, where unfortunately they're very much the same color palettes.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
wanted to make sure that that was
I
visibly different
wonder.
between the sky and the water. So
Yeah, I wonder if you could raise one of them or do something. It just, yeah, it seems
okay,
very very stark, and I think it's just because, yeah, the color difference is just so similar, like you said, but it doesn't necessarily look like they belong together when it switches over to the
yeah, and my thoughts on doing a little more detail up in the cloud area was going to be to pull some of the little round 1x1 tiles, the dots out,
Mm.
and actually doing a step up and then doing the clouds overlay. So have
Yes.
just multiple light and dark gray cloud overlays
Yes.
with
I
rounds to put those in over the top of that.
Yeah.
I also think like as perspective, if you look at this, I'm talking about this area here, where it transitions from the water to the sky. If you look at this, it's like the lighter water takes up less space, and there's a stark difference where the storm is hitting the ocean or the lake or whatever he's in front of. And so I think if you took this and got rid of a few rows of these light aqua pieces and turned that to
Instead
like a
of doing
stark
a
white.
bright white, just doing a stark
Mm.
white on that. Yeah, I was
Uh,
considering that. Okay.
yeah, because the storm actually the surface of the lake is actually more mid bicep, and in the and this again, this is super picky, than
No,
where
it's
it
fine.
starts here. So I think
Yeah.
like just these top three rows, and I do like the idea of using some of the more round plates to kind of capture the clouds. I would say one piece of unsolicited advice here, when David Picken and I did the Godzilla piece that was featured by the Lego Ideas team and never picked up support. It's we were trying to fit with what the other Lego Ideas sets, like the piece count, the everything, and try to stick to that to like to have it like more of a possibility of being produced this way or that way. And like the Godzilla sets that have made support are like actually like really big, and Lego Idea sets have become like very like incredibly varying in the amount of pieces that they have. So I would say drop that off of like your creative build and like your creative time and in your process, and just do it, make it the way you want it to look. And if it gets support, they'll figure out what to do with that later. But don't try to like sit in the R&D meeting and make it match what Lego would produce now. Make it the best thing it can be now to get it in the ideas and get the support for it.
Well, see, that's a beautiful thing is in the ideas process, in those rules I read through, they said you can actually do revisions as you go through the process as well, and it's not
Mhm.
going to affect that. I've had it up for literally 3 days now, and I've already broke the
Okay.
100, the 100 count mark,
Oh,
and
nice.
I'm already close to about 150 on there. So it's progressing, and there's definitely a need for it. So I definitely will put more time into it. That was my big definitive look was whether or not it would be receptive to people just in general.
Yeah.
So,
If you guys feel like
but
supporting this ideas set from Brick Dad Builds, I did drop the link in the chat. So if you guys want to
thank you.
go
I
and give him
appreciate that.
support, if you like it where it's at, please drop by and give him a vote. Give him an upvote. Yeah, I think that there's it's great how it is. There's room for improvement, sure, but I mean, there's with everything that we do. Like when Ben said, "I'm not sure this is done yet," I'm like, "When are we ever done?"
Yeah.
But it's great how it is. Absolutely,
I
excellent work.
definitely I value and appreciate your guys' critique and criticism of it. I do, definitely look at you guys for your insights on builds. I've been in here before and we talked about trees and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
it's definitely increased my training ability. So, but yeah, thank you guys.
Awesome.
Too
You're
bad
welcome.
there's
Thank you.
no tree in this one, just an apple. So
You do have a tree with me though, so I'm yeah.
yeah, but that's
The apple. I was concerned about the apple not having enough depth, being right in front of the face like that.
I
It's
like
actually
it.
it's 3 plate high off of the face,
Yeah.
so it does have a good. It's hard to see the depth of the picture, in the build proportion that I have. So what I'm thinking I'll probably do is I'll go in and make some revisions that you guys have already suggested and look at the build on that, and then add those pictures too. Because right now I have a single picture on the submission, and what I'll do is I'll go in and do the revision to it and make some changes. So
that's good. Good photography too. I think that's important.
Yeah.
When you're trying to do these.
Are these renderings?
Sorry, this is all digital at the moment. I'm in process of acquiring all the pieces. I wanted to hit at least the first or second voting waypoints before putting it into Brick.
Yeah. Looks
just to see
good
the
with the
reception of it
render.
as well.
Yeah, it's well rendered. Good angle.
Thank you.
I think that's all good. We just work on maybe sort of getting the transition there nailed.
Cool.
I think it'll be
Tighten up a couple of the details on it. Awesome.
It's in a private collection right now. It's not hanging anywhere.
interesting.
Interesting indeed. It was in San Francisco's Modern Museum of Art in October, as it was lent from the private. I can't see what kind of frame it's in, is basically what I'm telling you.
I had that issue also. I was searching to try and find one. The only reference that I could find was it being used in theatrical movies. Thomas Crown Affair. It's a big selling point on that movie. Big theme, plot thing on there.
Plot device.
Yeah.
Plot point. There we go.
Good old plot
Point. That's what.
Plot point. I have to say it's got to be a little difficult when you're looking at the when you look at the image and you're like, oh, the apple's hanging from the brim of his hat, so it's coming out away from his face, and you're like, wait, but it's a flat painting, so I'm trying to create this as flat as possible to make it look like art still. I would struggle with that. I think
the other thing too is being able to take the apple and segment it to the point where it literally has to go flat back. You can't have the three-dimensional back side of it, because if you get to an angle or a side of it, then you can see his eyes, his nose, and those types of things. So I literally had to just disregard every facial aspect other than trying to get a little chin, the ears. In the painting, there is a little eye that peeks out on one side, but it's trying to omit stuff from a three-dimensional image where it's coming from a two-dimensional image is difficult.
No kidding. Yeah, I could see. I could just foresee that struggle, and just looking at when you were talking about the size and depth of the apple, I was like, depth. Well, it's hanging from the brim of his hat, like I said. So Marty Becker just added the support. Thank you, Marty, for supporting Brick Dad Builds. Appreciate that a lot. And hopefully it picks up some steam, and we'll see what happens with the further adjustments that you make with it.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. So, and this was just a segue into a different style of build that I wanted to throw out there and try my hat at. This is literally the first art piece that I've actually put out there. So we'll see how this goes. And the encouragement so far has already been to try and continue with several others and enjoy it. So,
yeah, of course.
Hopefully I'll have an actual version of this, tangible, physical version for Chicago.
That'd be awesome.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us tonight, Brick Dad Builds. You are more than welcome to stick around as we move on with our run of show. Please feel free to join us or to stick on with us for the rest of the evening. This is the time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here. This is the time of night where I like to do this.
A wise man once said about Mark, you think he drinks water like a great white shark. About every 60 minutes, He's gotta go, nature calls 2, sometimes 3 times a show. Hold the stream, he'll shout and dash. The show is live, but he's off like a flash. Instead of telling him you hold the stream, Ben provides cover, the perfect team.
Yeah.
But let's get into some of the news. Do you need the bathroom break before we go?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take the bathroom break now, and then 40 minutes later, I have to take another bathroom break. Like, just like, hey, I made it 2 hours. Now it's like, well, now you're making up for lost time. So I'm gonna go. Nope, here's the right one, and I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Of course you are.
You're gonna go. Why don't you start with those? Because unfortunately, I have to use the bathroom again already.
Cool, go do it.
What's it called? What's BPH?
BPH.
Ben plays a tune 2 minutes long, while the Tainted sing along. Keeps the show rolling smooth, no rush. Mark mutes his mic so you can't hear the flush.
Mark is muted, so let me unmute him.
The reason I mute myself before I go is because I like to keep listening to what's going on, but I don't want everyone to hear me pee.
Yeah, I managed.
It's been 60 minutes since I last went, so I'll mute it and I'll be listening.
Fair enough. Yeah,
I'll be listening to me.
Hey, Mark's gotta go. No interrupting. The stream's slow. He'll be quick, won't take too long. He'll be done by the end of this song. Hey, Mark's gotta go. Mark's gotta go. Hey, Mark's gotta go.
Okay. So before we get into our very little news, because there is only very little news,
Yes.
we were going to talk about Virtually Impossible and, of course, the virtual show, which should be coming up pretty soon here.
Oh, I forgot one thing upstairs. Damn it.
The Virtually Impossible segment I wanted to talk about, and it'll bleed a little bit into our very little news. So do you want to start with plans for the next virtual show, Mark?
Yeah, we should. And while we're at it, I will say we've had a pretty consistent audience all night. We appreciate all of you being here. Why am I on this side? I don't know. Oops, we switched at the same time. So if you are liking what you're seeing, please feel free to smash that like button. And if you aren't already subscribed, please do so. You'll get notification about when we're going live and when we're doing fun things like our next Brickworld virtual presentation, which is called Making Minifigures Move. Bethany will be here to give a preview of the workshop that she does at Brickworld that encourages you and teaches you how to add movement to your MOCs. She focuses a lot on like minifigure movement and interactivity, but she gives some pretty solid, simple gear mechanism engineering to add movement to your creations. On March 1st at 1 p.m. Central, we will be live to do another Brickworld virtual presentation and teach you how to add movement to your MOCs.
Okay, that's 13 days, so that would be a Saturday, correct? As we did
Sure
last
will
time.
be. You got it, correct.
Yeah, 1
Video
o'clock.
reminder is already up on YouTube, so you can hit the notifications on that as well.
You sure can. And the parts list will be up tomorrow. So you can actually order. All of the parts are available on Bricks and Pieces, and you can build along if you're interested in making the mechanisms that Bethany is going to be making to make minifigures move.
All right, good times.
Fun times for sure.
The other half of this topic, and Elle says, looks like you two have this down to a science, LOL. Hey, we're hit and miss. Sometimes we're there, sometimes we're not. The other thing I wanted to talk about is I sought to do something that people occasionally attempt to do, which is there's a set that's out of production. They don't have a Bricks and Minifigs. Even if they do, it's not there. And they say, okay, I'm just gonna bricklink it. You ever heard that expression?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that means you go and you download the parts list off Bricks and Minifigs.
Can you guys hear Ben? Because I cannot.
Okay, my microphone just had a hiccup.
Yeah, it literally went.
Bing, bing. Yeah, so as I was saying, you Bricklink a set, you go to Bricklink, you download the parts list, and then they have the entire back catalog of instructions on Lego. So you can basically, everyone's saying no, even though I'm back up and running.
Thanks, guys.
So you can go and build something. So because we've talked about a number of times the popularity of the Bricklink Designer Program castles, I decided I was going to attempt to Bricklink the Mountain Fortress, which has been virtually impossible. I have a lot of Lego, as you may imagine, but there are a number of pieces in that particular design that only come in 1 or 2 sets. And even though you have to have parts currently in production in your Bricklink Designer Program builds, they don't have to be in a lot of sets, and they don't have to be in large quantities. And it's always the most bizarre, random pieces that you don't have. And so this will feed into a topic later, but for Bricklink Designer, I believe we've heard that the Bricklink folks who do the designing are essentially in charge of the model, in charge of the instructions, and in charge of making sure it works, unlike Lego Ideas, which of course takes what you've built and redesigns it. But conspiracy theory time, and we'll talk about this more later, like I said. Do these designers want to pick pieces that nobody has or nobody can find to make their models more unique or rare? I don't know why they would care specifically, because they can sell 3,000 of these things or whatever it is, and then they're cut off. But
aliens are real, but birds are not.
Yes. But there's some benefit to this from Lego's perspective, that if you have to go out to Bricklink to get the parts to build this, they get a cut of the aftermarket sales. So I don't know why they'd be in cahoots, but I just want to know, do we think there's a conspiracy here, or is it just happen to have some unusual parts that he picked for the build?
I don't think that, because when we were talking about the Pagoda House like a month ago, people were encouraging me to make a version for Bricklink Designer Program. There's quite a few pieces in this that are like use because I want to use them for the design of it, but I've chosen a color palette that like there aren't a lot of pieces available, like the lavender pieces, the obviously the dark blue support, which is currently in production actually. But I don't think there's a vast conspiracy at all. I think people like to design. I mean, think about some of the stuff you built.
This was actually talked about at the Bricklink workshop at Brickworld.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. The process that it goes through at for Bricklink, once it's submitted and stuff like that, and it gets voted and all of that, and it gets into the final selection. The Bricklink designers really only have 10 or 15% viable changes that they can make to the set itself from the original designers of whoever the fan designer is. But they do have the opportunity to go in and verify all of the hinges and working parts of it to make sure that they do verify function and range of motion on all of them. So
that makes sense.
If there are unique pieces in it, 90% of the time it's going to be the fan designer that actually built it on Bricklink.
Yeah.
So
Brickworld says if the parts are available to Bricklink Designer Program, they should be on Bricks and Pieces. Brickworld also says at least that drops.
Yeah, so they come off of that, and of course not all of them are bestsellers, which means they take a long time to get here from other places, and from Denmark or wherever. And right now with the climate in the US, maybe Bricks and Pieces in Denmark won't send us anything if we keep pissing off the people in Denmark.
We're just gonna buy green nor there with that.
Yeah, that's neither here nor there. So we'll move on.
Manufacturing in Iceland.
Yeah, we could just do that. Go open our factory in Iceland for them. Let's move on to the Lego news. There's very little news. Mark mentioned one thing though, so I thought I'd bring it up, which is that there are 5 days left and since we were just talking about it, the latest Bricklink Designer Program, for voting. There are a lot of submissions. They usually end up with 5 or 6 sets.
5 is what they're saying they're going to end up with on this one.
Okay. And as you can see here, the 21st is when they are finished for this round. So that's only in a few days. And if you scroll down to these particular designs, conspiracy or not, you will notice a quintillion castles, because that's how this works now. This is basically castle plus 4 other things.
An electric school bus
program.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why not?
A lavender nursery. Let's go.
What do you think of those cute penguins, though?
Aw, ding dong.
Yeah. So there's a lot of designs out here. I think there are, how many did I see? 375 designs submitted right now.
You are correct, sir. 375 designs. Do they curate this part of it? Oh, the Milwaukee Art Museum. That looks great, actually. Do they curate this, or do they just everybody who applies gets to be entered into the voting stage?
They do get through it. There's the wickets that they have to meet. The designs have to meet part counts, and within a certain range is where they actually draw the line. So if you're under a certain part count of 300 or 400 pieces, it's already going to be kicked out. If you're over a part count, it gets kicked out as well.
Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Brick Studio says some parts are out of stock right now, which is weird and on back order, even though Bricks and Pieces started back up again beginning of February. There's quite a few different rules and production glitches. So some of the rules are like once a piece is in production, it won't be on Bricks and Pieces until
for 6 months or something.
Yeah.
And there are a number of different unusual things for Bricks and Pieces, and it's kind of interesting here. Bricklink Designer Program kind of throws them all in as a random order unless you're specifically searching for some different style. And one of the things you'll notice, or one of the things I noticed, is there are certain builders who have sort of turned this into a cottage industry for themselves, and they have multiple designs up on Bricklink Designer Program that have gone through.
Yeah.
For example, this last series, they just had the Seaside Market, which was a medieval one by Brickhammer. And if I add this to the stage here, you can see Brickhammer's got 3 more builds in the series here. You can see Brick Hucker has 3 builds in a row here as well. You must be maxed out at 3. I don't know, but you can see quite a few from the same people on these.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something that people are turning into like a second career. So.
Well, that's one of the things they've pointed out too, was when you do your submissions, if you're making a series of things, when you put it in with your write-up, you actually list that there is a series of multiples in this entire design, so that while you have the size requirements for each build, you can have multiple builds that would all work together in the system.
Yeah. Which is what Sleepless Night, who's the one who's done the other major castles that have gone through, the Mountain Fortress, and then he did the Siege Encampment, and then he has another one coming out in the next series. He only had one submitted, which is the Alchemist's Workshop this round.
We just went past it one, I think. Brick Orphanage says, Bricks and Pieces bestsellers, Chicago never closed. The Europe warehouse closed in December and accidentally added some new parts live from fall sets, but they're shipping mid-November orders now. Yeah, the Chicago one is really convenient for me because if it's bestsellers, I get them in like 3 days.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't take me much longer than 3 days to get them either.
Yeah.
But not every piece that you need is on there right now in the bestsellers category. So yeah, I don't know. It's a whole thing. So either you have to go through Bricks and Pieces, which Lego gets directly, or Bricklink, which they get a cut of. Brick Dad doesn't believe in the conspiracy, so maybe we shouldn't either. But 375 submissions this time around.
Al Goff asks, does Lego give the designers anything if they get the needed votes but don't get picked? If not, they should try to make it worth submitting. I'm not sure. They get a lot if they do get picked, like quite a lot. Question for you, Ben. What's wrong with this windmill?
It doesn't turn into the wind. It's gonna be a problem. But there we have it. So lots of stuff, lots of castles, kind of the same old in that regard. I'm sure there'll be some fun stuff. Amy says, is it true that designers that get chosen get $500,000? Well, since Brickworld House.
Look at that pretty. I like it.
I don't think they are necessarily set to get $500,000. I think the way it's structured is they get something like 15% of the sales, and then there's a cap on the number of sets that can be purchased, and then of course whatever the dollar is for the retail, you have to add those three things together. So if you sell out and you're a $300 set and you get 15% of that, then it ends up being something like $600K.
Yeah.
Or $400 set or something like that.
Oh, look at that
Orphanage. Yeah, same thing here. 5% of sales, so 30K sale of castles at $400 each equals 600K. So
look, it's that scene from The Godfather.
Mm-hmm. Which is probably why everyone's doing large castles, because if you get picked, they sell out in 4 hours, and you've basically made $500,000. So
I do enjoy being constructive, but I will say, and I'll make sure that there's nothing on the screen as I say this, there's a lot of crap in here.
It's a mixed bag. It always is.
Yeah,
that's a nicer way to say it. That's a much nicer way to say it.
Yeah,
but there's a lot of crap in here.
There's a lot of okay stuff too. It's kind of a mix.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of great stuff.
Yeah,
there's a lot of crap in here.
Yeah,
good thing I don't like saying that.
Easy money, says Brickhead Brad. Well, you have to go up against 375 other things every round.
There are no yellow castles.
Yeah, notice that. Notice that. Shocker. So here's the Hooded Crow Medieval Tavern. I saw Bear Night Inn. It's castle everywhere. So
there's also limitations on minifigures and stickers and printing that can be done in a Bricklink design as well. So they have limitations so not doing printing and stuff like that on a lot of the castle stuff makes it a lot easier as well, where a lot more modern stuff you want to put more printing on menus or signs or designs or things like that. So
yeah, I don't know what the limit is.
Vintage airport.
I've seen a number of sets with 14 minifigures in the castle ones, so they are, whatever the limit is, it's up there. So yeah, so lots of stuff, lots of castles. Go out, check them out, vote for your favorite. Undoubtedly, there will be at least one castle that'll go through, maybe two.
Maybe 4 out of the 5.
It never happens that way, but you never know. Bricklink Designer Program Guy recommended submitting sub $1,000 piece set, since there's not as many of them, and they will pick a smaller set every round as well.
Reed says that they should have see-throughable castles. Oh wait, only a couple of us like those. Well,
how many?
Got to vote for them. Nick and Brick says, "Welcome, channel member Nick and Bricks. Thanks for being here. Brickwood Manor is pretty cool. Good Halloween set. Did I pass that one up? Yeah, we got quite a delay here from when we. Just got to a new page. So apologies, but yeah, check it out if you guys want to see a good one. Nick and Brick suggests Brickwood Manor. Good Halloween set, he says. Bet you Joe Allen would be interested in that.
Mark, I have a question.
Yeah, what is it?
Do you think that Reed knows that a couple means 2, and not just
maybe?
I'm not sure that he seems to know that. Wow, your dog's excited.
I think Matt's home.
Yeah, sound like a wizard's mystical manor. Some sort of dragonfly. We got a Japanese bonsai shrine. That looked like it could use a little redesign on the tree there, but it's cute.
Like the same base,
another one of those tranquil garden type
tree.
things. Yeah. So lots of stuff.
Sure is. I'll stop scrolling through this whenever we move on to the next thing. Is there any other Lego news this week, Ben? Or have we tapped the well?
That's like it. Anybody else know any other Lego news?
I don't know. Hey, I'll check Reddit real quick.
First stuff that we've already discussed. It's on pre-order on Lego, but that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been kind of slow, which is unusual. A lot of times when Mark and I talk on like Tuesday, there isn't much, and then 3 or 4 things will drop before Saturday
Oh,
or Sunday.
I mean, some of the rumors are like are just like info, like the what's it, the Neuschwanstein Castle,
Yep.
Neuschwanstein Castle is supposed to be coming out in August, and One Piece, blah blah blah. But yeah, there's really not a lot of even leaks
Right.
coming out. Let's check Jay's Brick blog, see if he's picked up anything else up in the last 3 hours.
With the One Piece sets ships that are coming out, I've seen a lot of social media posts for off-brand sets that are coming out with all of those, and I'm curious how that's going to affect Lego's release of the One Piece sets with all of the off-brand stuff that's come out already.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been around for a long time. The Blockoverse.
We've seen so many, and they have so many different versions. And the one thing, of course, that Lego always has is the minifigs,
Correct.
and that's kind of always their trump card,
As opposed
right,
to the
that we know.
Bellheads.
As
Yeah.
opposed to the Bellheads. Yep.
So Brickhead Brad doesn't like the Godfather set. He wants it to be a unicorn head. Says also Target's deals end tonight. Not sure what those are, but if you are interested, check out Target.com and make
The
sure you have
deals-
Rocketman installed.
The deals at Target are actually reduced price sale prices on pre-orders.
Oh yeah, do we have a final on that yet? 90s idea set. I think we talked about this last week, didn't we, Ben?
The Lovebirds was the one that won on that.
No,
The
no,
90s
no, no.
idea sets, they were all movie related, and we did
Yeah, we
see
did talk
them.
about those last week. Yeah,
Yeah, I think there were 5, and they were all some form of movie set.
yeah. Jumanji, Buffy, Fifth Element, X-Files, Edward Scissorhands.
Yep.
Yeah, we did
5
talk about
movies or
those.
TV shows. Yep.
Yeah, we did that.
So there you go. All right. Well, we don't have to talk much more about this stuff with our waning news, and we can get into our silliness topic for the evening at
Perfect.
1.5 hours. That's pretty good, but we've
That
got
is fantastic.
we got a number of these. So the premise this week was silly. Mark said to me, "Hey, what do we want to do this week?" And I said, let's go on the nose, right? We usually have a meeting where we get the whole run of show together. That did not happen this week. We just talked about it very briefly after the Animal Crossing stream, and I said,
Took about 30 seconds.
took about 30 seconds. I said, why don't we go very on the nose and we talk about what some Lego characters or minifigures, or mine aren't necessarily all minifigures, but what if they sent Valentine's Day cards to each other and we were shipping them, as the kids say?
Weird. I have the opposite memory. I thought it was my idea.
Yeah, I suggested it. Mark tweaked it. That's where we ended up.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I well, the reason I wanted to say I thought it was my idea because I think I once again failed at my own idea.
No.
And I think before we get into shipping people,
Yeah.
I forgot something upstairs.
Okay.
And I want to make sure that that's what Orion's barking at, and that it's Matt. So you can remove me from the stage for a minute, and maybe you and Brickdad Builds can riff a bit about, I don't know, fun
Sure.
stuff.
Well,
Okay,
sure.
thanks.
I can add to the stage the very first thing that we wanted to do here, which is, I don't remember who it was. I think it was VMAC who said, "Hey, your production quality on your nonsense is not high enough. You guys need to have like a logo or something when you do stupid things." And so I tried to come up with one.
Let's see
But
what we got here.
as we know, it's virtually impossible to get our particular friends over at ChatGPT to spell anything correctly. I tried to get it to spell shipped about 15 different times, and every time I had to say, no, you're missing this, no, you're missing that. So eventually I just settled on the fact that there is no I in shipped. Only you and me. That's what the tagline I ended up coming up with was. Because
Nice. Okay.
the first time I think it did give me an I, but it was SHIPPFB. Like FB. Okay, I'm like, okay, you messed up the E and the D at the end. You had some ED problems there. So then, ChatGPT was very polite and said, "Oh yes, I'm sorry that I missed that. they fixed the E and the D and then messed up the H, I, P, and P. So they got rid of the hip and fixed the ed. So after a couple more attempts, this is just what we settled on. It looks very similar to another logo. Like every time I ask it to come up with a Lego themed or Lego font, it always comes up with something like this. But ended up not being too terrible. And it's kind of fun. So shipped is what we decided to call this segment. And like I said, kind of the idea or the premise was, what if Lego minifigures were sending each other Valentines? What would the Valentines, say? All of that kind of stuff. So I numbered mine 1 through 6. I found 6 of them out there to be able to run these. And even though Mark's not here, he kind of knows this first one because this was sort of the idea. So I'm going to play what the Valentine's Day card says, and then we can look at the verbiage, and you can tell me if you want to, Brick Dad Builds, and Mark will do the same, who was creating this Valentine and who are they sending it to. So here's our first one. Here it goes. Make sure the volume's up on this. Okay, we're at about halfway. Make sure we can hear this, but here we go.
Roses are red, violets are blue. You tried to steal my s'mores, but I still love you. Roses are red, violets are blue. You tried to steal my s'mores, but I still love you.
Okay, so that was the language. Roses are red, violets are blue. You tried to steal my s'mores, but I still love you.
See, I definitely have to hit this one here. I'm getting some very, very campfire vibes off of the s'more comment here. So
yeah,
I'm gonna have to say this is definitely a Sonic sending this one out.
Yeah, who's Sonic sending this Valentine to?
Is it evil robots?
To an evil robot? Let's
or
take
perhaps
a look.
Egghead himself? Oh, yes, it is.
Here was the Valentine. Oh, there's Sonic sending this, and of course, we know the set that this was based off of course, is our crazy campfire mischief here.
Yeah,
it warms my heart to see this. So.
Yeah, so here's our first one. Mark, did you do something similar with yours?
Yeah, I did. And as you were saying, I also did a little placard. I usually add the font myself. I didn't have time this week. I use this for the thumbnail. So I was like, they'll get it. Yeah, mismatched minifigures. So I did mine a little bit differently. I was curious. VMAC gives that set, by the way, 10 out of 10. So the way I did this, I said, who is the circus ringmaster in a relationship with?
Oh, good question. Who would we ship the ringmaster with? Oh, you'd think maybe you'd ship him with like a lion, or like a trapeze artist.
Perhaps.
He's also got
Simba.
He's also
maybe
got
Simba.
A curlicue mustache. So I kind of want to ship him with like an orange spaceship.
Yes.
Or me even. I don't know.
Right.
You could put ball cap on him, and you could actually double. He could double for you. So
right.
Get that mustache.
Or you, yeah.
Or put just regular hair on him, and he could double for you with a beard. Yeah.
I'm thinking as a ringmaster, maybe he's sending it to Simba, his lion.
Perhaps that would be illegal, but
perhaps.
Perhaps, yeah, exactly. But it turns out he's in a relationship with the animal control officer.
That makes some sense, yeah.
Yeah,
makes
some sense. Yeah, sure. Here they are on a date at a French cafe.
Okay, that's where they belong.
Yeah,
this is where I'd ship them.
Is this the Parisian cafe that doesn't have a back?
That's precisely what it is. Of course. Is there any other kind? Let's see what they. Let's look inside.
Even a love.
Let's look inside their love.
By Paris's glow we toast and play, yet under cloth a secret stays. You chase, you track with steady hands to cage the wild at your command. Though bars and rules may stand between, it's only you I fear, unseen. Love's a show we can't restrain. No net, no bars, no iron chain.
By Paris's glow, you weave your scheme, yet duty binds, a steadfast dream. You call them free, these beasts untamed, but freedom's cost is fear unchained. You tempt the wild, defy the tide, yet still I long to stand beside. No chains, no sides, just love, just us.
Wow,
Deep.
we got full poetry there.
Dang.
Yeah.
And apparently they went to Paris. I wasn't aware. They took a vacation to Paris, and he brought they brought their animals with them. Yeah. Crazy.
How'd she get the skunk on the plane? Do you think she said it was a service skunk?
How'd he get the tiger on the plane?
Well, whatever.
Emotional support tiger?
Emotional support tiger. It's gotta be.
Al Goff suggests it's the cowardly lion hiding under the table.
You were close.
Yeah. I wish that was a real Lego tiger piece. Yeah, me too.
He's super cute.
That is pretty cute. Yeah.
Didn't they have tiger cubs?
Probably.
Those recent jungle sets. I know they had a tomato soup colored tiger.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah.
Let's see. They did it for Friends.
Yeah, Friends sets I think have a couple.
Okay.
Let me see. This looks like a Blockleverse one. Never mind.
Yeah,
Dora
the
the
one I see
Explorer?
has a regular
Dora,
size tiger. I was probably thinking of the baby gorillas in that Jungle Explorer set.
Yeah.
The helicopter. Yeah, they got a couple baby gorillas that are super cute.
Yeah, I don't remember a Dora the Explorer line there, Brick Dead Build.
No, yeah, I was thinking something else, but I said Dora the Explorer. But yeah,
it's AliExpress.
We don't talk about Bruno. There's a little green flip.
Oh yeah, Encanto.
Encanto. Yeah, there's a little flip open chest, and it has I believe it has a tiger or two in there.
Let me see.
Little tiny tiger.
There's a Duplo Encanto tiger. Yep. Oh, wait, it's a capybara and a big tiger. All right, Ben, did you find anything else?
I did. We'll go to number 2 ship. This one should be a softball for most people, but let's listen to the Valentine. Here goes.
I used to hate you. Now you are tolerable, but I am not sure what to call you anymore, formerly loathing you.
I used to hate you. Now you are tolerable, but I'm not sure what to call you anymore, formerly loathing you.
I'm looking for an acrostic and I don't see one. I'm lost.
Ooh, interesting. See if the chat comes up with anything in the next few seconds here.
VMAC Attack confirms there's a Friends tiger cub. Amy Schultz asks or says, but I like how he's sitting with his tail coming around. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But just ding dong a doorbell.
He is ding dong a doorbell.
100%.
Those eyes, little head cock, and the big eyes,
and his big little back paws. He's wearing one white shoe apparently.
Yeah, he's so cute.
So yeah, I used to hate you. Now you are tolerable, but I'm not sure what to call you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Formerly loathing you. Is it formally or formerly?
It's formerly and formally. But they were loathing each other at one point. So let's see if anyone in the comments says anything.
Now they're tolerable.
This is Ben's tolerable. Yeah, tolerable. Ben's Valentine to Castle.
Maybe that's the only thing that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be a yellow castle though, or just castle in general?
No, he would never. No, he would never find Yellow Castle tolerable.
No.
And I
know what to call that too. It's crap.
Exactly.
What to call that. Yeah.
And he knows what to call castle. It's castle.
Yeah.
Formally and formerly loathing you.
Yes.
Gee. Chris Cummings thinks that's called bribery. I got nothing here.
Loathing, perhaps one of the keywords here. Also, the color of the text.
Olive green.
It's a green color. Yep.
Darth Vader and Luke.
No.
Is a guess from Amy Schultz.
No.
I used to hate you. Now you are tolerable, but I am not sure what to call you anymore. Formerly loathing you. Did you ever hate Grogu?
I didn't.
Did
No.
other people?
I'm not sure. You guys ready to see the picture?
Yeah.
Here's
let
the
us have the
Valentine
hook.
itself. Here it is.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah. Loathing. They have that song. I don't remember what it's called, but
It's called Loathing.
I think it's got a different name, but they do say that loathing. Yeah, it's the whole thing where they're building it up to make it sound like they're saying they're in love, but of course they're loathing each other. So this would be based on this wonderful set.
Yes,
Of course,
beautiful.
We don't know if we're calling her Glinda or Gullinda. No one's sure. She changed her name.
Yeah.
Or if this is tolerable, is it? Or is it only tolerable as a parts count? A parts pack?
Well, I don't know if the set is tolerable or intolerable, but the
song is called What Is That Feeling? We got
What Is That Feeling? Yes.
From Amy Schultz. Oh, we got an O, I think. Of course.
Oh.
Yeah, I also had that feeling for a moment. Read the book. Yeah, read the books, plural. I wonder if they're going to make movies out of all of them and make a was it Steven Schwartz? Some more music for those other books.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. They do love each other.
Yeah. Well, or at least they seem to be able to tolerate each other at some point.
We're shipping them for sure.
Yeah. Since I know I have a couple more than you, should we go on to my next one too, just quickly?
Yeah, please do.
Okay. So here's number 3. Let's listen to this Valentine. Here it comes.
Nearly a day goes by that I do not think of you. You are the best there ever was. So great, in fact, there are 2 of you and less of everyone else.
All right, real quick.
It is.
Amy Schultz says, I read, not demanding anyone else does. I don't know the songs. Okay. What Is This Feeling is the name of the song. Again, Neary, huh?
This is what happens when you're doing it super fast and trying to get not UDO, 11 Labs to pronounce the words the way you want them to.
Neary a day goes by that I do not think of you. You're the best there ever was. So great, in fact, there are 2 of you and less of everyone else. Dude, what?
When I show you the picture, you will know exactly who wrote this Valentine and who they wrote it to.
All right, 2 of you and less of everyone else. Is that Musk and Trump? Is the guess from Nick and Bricks?
No.
Is this the El Dorado Fortress?
No. This is sort of a bluish color hue.
Yeah, I know. I see the blue. I'm so annoyed.
Yeah,
I hate not being able to guess or even be close.
What, Mark, is
duplicates? What has been remade?
What is there a duplicate of? What are there 2 of and less of everything else?
With this blue.
This is a minifigure. I will tell you right now who is writing this.
Well, it's not Harry Potter because there's like 40 of them. So.
It is so great. In fact, there are 2 of you and less of everything else. What's that say? Arich? Stitch. Is it Stitch?
No.
No.
Now, this person seems very smug.
Algoff guesses Two-Face. Oh, dear Lord, it's Julian. And less of everyone else. Yes.
Yes.
It's Julian to himself.
Mark got it.
Julian's so smug.
There are 2 Julian Animal Crossing figures.
Oh my God.
Mark is unhappy about this. 2 Julians.
Yeah,
Mark has mentioned that multiple times. Times. Why? There's so many other characters you could give us. Why?
No kidding. Yeah. So
here
many.
He is making a painting for himself here on the beach.
Which is not something they do in New Horizons.
Yeah.
Amy Schultz asked, who is Julian? Oh, it's Animal Crossing. Yes. It's that pesky thing.
Yes. Julian.
It's Wednesday night.
Feeling very smug.
Exactly. Wednesday evenings, 11 p.m. You can join me on one of my islands, because I have 2, on Brickworld Crossing, 11 p.m. Central, Wednesday evenings. Sometimes Ben, sometimes Brick Dad Build, sometimes Offset Bricks. Whoever's there, I'll just be like, here, come in. Host with me.
Yeah. Jesse wanted to go with Thrawn. That would have been cool. Are there 2 Thrawn figures?
No, I don't think so.
Yes.
Yeah,
Are
the
there?
Ahsoka set, and then there's the original Starship one.
But there are definitely more than 2 other things. Julian's the only one who's got 2 Animal Crossing figures, and no one else can crack
They've only
another one.
produced like 12 sets.
So,
So Amy Schultz hopes she's already sleeping by then on Wednesday nights. Rob Claxton says, I'm back, was watching the Great American Race in Daytona Beach, Florida on TV. Al Goff says, I've never seen any of these sets, so I'm lost. Okay.
they all
There's still
exist.
time.
Yeah.
Come to Brickworld, Chicago. There'll be plenty of them, I'm sure.
No kidding, especially the
All right.
polybag.
Let's see who Mark's shipping next.
Yeah, so who's the weightlifter in a relationship with, do you think?
Oh boy, there's lots of choices here.
Lots of choices.
My first thought is the 80s workout girl.
Perhaps.
She would be an interesting choice.
Perhaps. Brick That Builds, any guesses?
They just had the fitness CMF that just came out. Yoga and exercise machine, the little 10-pound dumbbell bar or ball.
Yeah.
The kettlebell?
Yeah, the kettlebell.
Yeah, the kettlebell girl.
All right. So, nope, you're both wrong. He's in a relationship with the mime.
That makes sense.
Makes perfect sense, right?
Yeah.
That was too obvious. I should have gone with that, but that was just right there in front of me, and yeah, too obvious.
Yeah, oops, here they are on a date at the art museum.
Makes sense.
Pretty decent version of Starry Night, Night on Bald Mountain. Starry Night on Bald Mountain, I would call this.
Yeah. They're holding hands. I like that.
Yeah. What are their
Well, for sure.
What do their love poems say to each other, I wonder?
You speak in silence. Move with grace. A world of love in your embrace. I lift the weights, you lift the air. Yet still, you hold me. Strong and fair. No words are needed. None at all. Your quiet love says more than all.
Hands on heart, then flexes arms. Pretends to lift a great weight, then points to you. Traces a heart in the air, then locks it shut. Mimes a kiss, then bows.
I didn't reduce the volume enough.
I could still barely hear
You still
it.
barely hear the voice. That sucks. Supposed to have no voice at
Pretty
all.
much all out of there.
Ruin the
I
entire
got what you were
joke.
going for, though. Yeah.
Okay.
I just hearing problem, so I didn't hear it. So you got 50% of that.
Good. I think it was just because. Okay, so Amy Schultz was guessing the Marie Antoinette fig.
Not bad guess.
That'd be a good
How
one.
sweaty the weightlifter is. He was really oof.
Yeah.
He was really nervous about this date.
Maybe he doesn't like art.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
perhaps it's
Maybe.
that.
Maybe he considers what the mime does.
So the conversation would be one-sided.
Yes,
Yeah.
very much. Yes.
Yeah, so that was my next one. What else do you have, Ben?
The weightlifter pulls out an imaginary chair, and the mime pretends to sit down in it. We've got this one. If we want to hear it, this would be number 4. So here we go.
I haven't shown you my heart, but I have the guts to tell you now. You're so delicious. If it's wrong for food to love food, then I am wrong. So wrong. So very, 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 very wrong.
All right, is this? I'm sorry. Are Peelybone and Durburger in a relationship together?
I haven't shown you my heart, but I have the guts to tell you now. You're so delicious. If it's wrong for food to love food, then I am wrong. So very, 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 very wrong. Let's see the Valentine. Here it is.
That's good.
So yes, Peelybone and Durburger sending
Who
each
knew,
other
man?
Valentines.
I
Yes.
honestly never would have guessed that. I guess it's not too much of a surprise, really.
Yeah, and I also found it interesting that you can't see Peelybone's heart.
No, he
can
doesn't
see
have
his
the heart.
guts.
He doesn't have the heart, but he has the guts. It makes perfect sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's definitely conquering the hill of love here to get to Durburger.
100%.
But this when I had this one created, this is what it thought Peelybone looked like.
He opened his entire self to Durburger.
He did. He's letting it all out. Who's holding
Oh, God.
nothing back in Durburger. You know, all right, whatever.
Drool going
Right.
on there, so
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really into Peely there. Drool and cheese. Reminds me of this.
A new Lego set, can't wait to see. Oh, it's Peely Bone, okay, what could it be? Half banana, half bone, it's a bonkers sight. Be it stupid or cute, it just doesn't seem right. Guts, oh, what it's like to behold little brown splatters, stories untold. Is it a bruised banana or something else? How did Peely Bone end up on the shelves? A banana with a skeleton, what's the deal? A mashup too wild to find the appeal. He's not a doorbell, don't say ding dong. Every part of Peely Bone is just plain wrong. Don't say ding dong, don't say ding dong. Just plain wrong, just plain wrong. Don't say ding dong, don't say ding dong. Every part of Peely Bone is just plain wrong.
And this.
OMG fam. Lego has been killing it with these 1-to-1 scale flowers, and now they are entering a new realm of awesome with these new 1-to-1 scale food items. I must have received the European box because mine says Dare Burger instead of hamburger and Fortnite Tay instead of food night. But whatever, it is still good. Am I right? I sure hope little kids don't try to eat this burger. It looks so tasty with those little toasted marshmallows on the bun.
That's right. Yeah, Peely Bone and Durburger.
That was awesome.
The European box version of food.
Yeah, nicely done. Amy Schultz said, but you did guess that. I don't know what she's referring.
He nailed it.
yeah,
He
right on.
Peely Bone and Durburger.
I could just feel it.
As soon as we got to very, 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 very,
No.
very, very wrong.
Is it wrong for food to be in love with other food? That's where I picked it up.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Nicely
Just
done.
plain wrong. All right. Who else might be in a relationship in your world, Mark?
I don't know. Who's Maple in a relationship
Maple.
with, do you think?
You know, I happen to know because
do?
I've seen it before.
Yeah.
That brown bears are in love with panda bears. I've seen a
Oh,
Lego set
interesting.
that says this.
Oh, right.
So
Right.
I feel like Maple would be in love with the panda from Fabuland.
Possible.
Yeah.
Brick That Builds, any guesses for this?
Defer to Ben on this one because I think he's right on that. We know that we have a love for pandas here, so I think Maple's probably with panda.
All right, you guys are both on Panda. VMAC Tech says this segment is making me want to eat my whole box of chocolate. I'm trying to be less fat. So it turns out that Maple is in a relationship with Zaz Dam.
Okay, well, that is sugar and spice right there.
It makes sense. Here they are on a date together. Makes sense, right? Yeah. I mean, sometimes opposites attract, you guys.
Yeah.
I wonder what their love poetry says to each other.
Oh,
Oh, Saz, so dark, so tall, with bones that march at your call. You summon ghosts with fearsome might, yet hold my paw so soft, so light. A bear and king, an odd delight, yet in your arms, the world's just right. My tiny heart belongs to you.
Oh, Maple dear, so soft, so true. Your warmth melts shadows, shines anew. You bring me honey sweet and bright, I bring you stars from endless night. The world may stare, the dead may groan, yet you're the love I've always known.
I kind of feel like Maple stepping out because this is what I always pictured.
Right.
Maple with Love Bear.
Well, she might be.
Panda.
can we step back and just talk about that voice that he had for a second? And
a little less gruff than I was expecting. A little more gruff, a little less gruff than I expected.
Isn't it Ding Dong a Doorbell that their love for each other?
Maybe he likes when she tends his pumpkin garden.
I know.
Maybe.
I meant to change it to you bring me pumpkins, so soft and sweet instead of honey. Chris Cummings says I like those buns. Talking about Durburger, I imagine. Perfect match says alternate
Perfect match
candidates
right here. Yep.
And Brickworld says Maple loves the bones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that open chest, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think that's her type is the
I do like how Maple has, brought in critical match, Jesse says. I like how Maple
100%.
has infected his heart to the point that there's one really happy flower growing on his side of doom.
Just one.
Yeah, just one. There's a little bit of other green that
all
hasn't
of these
quite died
revisited
yet. But
I'd love to see these all revisited at another
Yes.
episode where we look at their offspring.
that would be intense.
Oh, ChatGPT.
Welcome to springtime offspring of our Valentine's matchups.
Springtime offspring. There we go.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can
great.
only imagine the minifig characters that would come from these.
I mean, to be fair, we should probably wait 9 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we are in a Lego
Next
world.
spring.
Does anything wait that long? Other than
Right.
our Bricklink orders?
Right. I don't know the gestation period for a bear either.
They do
All
have a
goth
goth
teddy bears.
They do have a goth teddy bear
They
from
do
that
actually, yeah.
Sleepy Girl or Goth Girl CMF. So there is a goth teddy bear out there. But
See,
yeah,
I've
there
definitely
is.
seen the love in all of these relationships that we've presented. So I
Don't
really
you, though?
appreciate that. So yeah, there's
I think-
definitely been a tangible connection between all of them.
I think Peely and Durr need their own reality series, actually.
Yeah.
It's a whole different take on bosom buddies. You know,
It is. It is quite. Yes. Oh,
What do you
Lord.
think the name of their show would be? Durbone? I'm not sure. Peely Burger?
I think it'd be
Their cel-
Durbone.
Yeah,
I think it'd 100% be
Durbone's their
Durbone.
celebrity couple name is Durbone.
Durbone, yes, 1,000%. So, Ben, did you find any other inappropriate relationships on Stud's phone?
I might have.
Now we're blaming Stud. Okay.
Yeah, no, I found all these poems on Stud's phone. It was an odd thing to find that these
Okay.
Lego
The
minifigures
poems were
actually
on-
write each other.
Okay.
Yeah, they write each other poems in the factory while everyone's sleeping.
I know Mark is going to kill this one and get it right away. So
I
here we
doubt
go.
it.
Are you ready? Here we go.
Happy Valentine's Day. Will you be my honey? I am not sure if I love you or hate money.
Am I having a stroke?
This is the AMSR voice. Let's play it again. Here we go.
Happy
No, I get-
Valentine's Day. Will you be my honey? I am not sure if I love you or hate money.
I think this is a relationship between a Lego nerd and the MIDI scale helicarrier.
Why do you think that?
I'm not sure if I love you or hate money.
I was pretty sure you would know. Here he is, our favorite Mr. Nerd, just burning stacks of cash for that $80 stupid MIDI scale helicarrier.
But he believes it's love.
He truly does.
That
I
was
just love this one
creepy.
pretty yes.
Did anyone actually buy it?
I don't know. Hey, Tainted, any of you own it? Amy Schultz.
I haven't seen it down on sale yet, so
Amy
Still in
Schultz asked
production.
how
Yeah.
Stud Sidious is doing, and I actually don't know. I haven't heard from him for a while. I know he went through a little bit of a rough phase there with
back surgery or something.
yeah, some sort of physical health problem. He was here afterwards and updated us a bit on his surgery and how much he dislikes John Mayer all at the same time.
He used to like John Mayer, but now he's kind of gone. It's gone to his head a little bit. Yeah.
But unfortunately, we have not heard from him since. So I do wonder. I should reach out to him.
Yeah. And here of course was the set, the Avengers Helicarrier MIDI scale, 509 pieces for $80. Who is this for? Only nerds that like to burn money.
Nick and Bricks would do well on the Think Outside the Box trivia.
Mm-hmm. He definitely did. Talked about his guitar collection, talked about who he was dating, talked about all kinds of things.
The kind of guy he was in high school. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. How when he came home for Christmas, he used to bring him the coolest presents. It was a whole thing. There was about 15 comments. So we haven't seen Jazzy Viking Bricks today.
We haven't.
She's probably still getting over the banning thing.
Did I accidentally ban her again?
Yeah, but that was one time where it was like, maybe if we ban Stud Sidious quick, we can get rid of all the John Mayer comments.
Question for you. Would you even consider the helicarrier to part it out for the gray brick?
No. It's $80 freaking, man. If it was 50% off, then maybe.
Well, it's 80 because it comes with all those great minifigures.
Yes, all those crazy great minifigures.
Woo! Look at that. Amy Schultz asked us to send him her best regards. Hope he's doing well. We hope he's doing well as well. He does respond very quickly to his Instagram messages. So if you follow him on Instagram, send him a private message if you want to give him a hey. I know if I wanted to catch up with him, I could just do that. And I've just been very busy, but I do need to catch up with him on a number of things.
Where did he send us the picture of the Cherry Vitality beach that he found at the...
A good question. Where was that?
On clearance. No, he found it at Goodwill. He found a Cherry Vitality beach. I was so excited.
It was either Instagram or Discord.
Yeah.
Because he sent it to both of us.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, thanks. I don't follow him on Insta. Well, you should. He's fun. VMAC Tech says, still waiting for the end game final battle to go below $40. Might grab the helicarrier for $40 if it happens. Is that half off?
Have to be half off.
Waiting for 50% off, huh?
Yeah, we're waiting for the 50. Can't take it if it ain't 50.
Wouldn't even
All right,
waste
Mark.
VIP points to get it.
Yeah, not even.
Don't use your VIP points for that. No.
You got another one for us, Mark? I can see it up in the green room here.
I sure do. But it's, again, let me rip on this a little bit further. I don't think there's a lot of rare pieces in this helicarrier either. There's no reason to buy this.
Yeah, you're probably right.
You bought it. All right.
I guess they're. I don't know if those are stickers on the on the ramps here. They're probably stickers. So I don't know. Nothing too exciting.
Them putting that much effort into this set to begin with. So
yeah.
No kidding. Even the original helicarrier, like the giant UCS one, had like the little minifigure trophy figures to like dance around, and there was like 7 figures that came with it too, right?
Yeah,
the Nano figures. Yeah.
Anyway, you already saw it. Who's the hot dog vendor in a relationship with?
Good question. Well, we already know that Peely's with Durburger, so it can't be Durburger.
Right. Although, did I know that before this started? So it's a possibility. But it's not that. It's not that.
It's not that, no.
No.
Man, I'm going to say Hot Dog Bro is in love with Banana Costume Man.
Possibly. Brick that builds. Any guesses here? Al Goff is going for the taco fig.
Ice cream cone. Ice cream cone.
Ice cream cone.
There is the hot dog costume guy too. Maybe that's a little too samey, but
that's a very good guess though.
Yeah.
Let's see who's right.
Let's see.
Somebody's right.
Ooh.
Somebody was right, and their name is nobody because it's Slimer.
All right. I mean, you know.
Yeah. Here they are on a date.
Let's see where this goes.
Yeah, and let's please reduce your volume because I tried to get the most annoying grating voice I could for Slimer, and I overdid it.
Oh, Slimy dear. So green, so bright, you haunt my cart in moonlit night. You float and swirl, you ooze with cheer for every hot dog you appear. Though you're ghostly, cold, and thin, my heart is warm. You're my best win.
Oh, hot dog vendor, my heart's delight. I haunt your cart each starry night. Your sizzling grill, your tasty treats, make my gooey heart skip beats. Though I'm slime and cold as frost, with every bite, I'm loved, not lost.
Slimer's got some attitude.
Nice, yeah.
Slimer's got some nasal vocal placement.
Yeah.
A little high strung. Slimer's a little high strung.
A little bit.
Well, he really loves those hot dogs, let me tell you.
I think he's just using them for the dogs, quite honestly.
It feels like it.
I don't think he loves them at all.
It also feels like the hot dog vendor knows that.
I believe it. Yeah.
There's my entire story of love in Lego minifigures.
Well, I got one more.
All right, let's hear it. Yeah. Let's see if I can. I'm 2 for 4.
Yeah, you're doing pretty well.
You nailed the last two for sure.
Yeah, and you didn't get to guess on the first one, but you already knew that we were going to do.
I did. Yeah.
That one. So
that was a freebie. So I guess I'm 2 for 3 is good.
So here we go. Well, you're still 2 for 4. I've done 5, so this is number 6. You ready? Here we go.
Am I ever?
All right.
You are so soft and touchable. Sure, we've hit some snags, but I will always defend you, especially from the Karens of the PTA. Why can't we have a Valentine's Day party anyway? I heard it had something to do with how the whole day has become too commercial. But what do ads on TV have to do with Valentine's anyway? So sad.
Okay, so here it is. You are so soft and touchable. Sure, we've hit some snags, but I will always defend you, especially from the Karens of the PTA. And then there was some more stuff after that.
You were so soft and touchable.
Sad.
Sure, we've hit some snags, but I'll always defend you, especially from the Karens of the PTA. All right, so who has a purple weave? Brick Dad builds. Is this Izzy and Bunchy Bunny? Hail Satin. Hail Satin. I am lost if it's not. There it is. Thank you. You're so soft and touchable. Yes. Bunchy Bunny. Sure, we've hit some snags, but I always defend you, especially from the Karens of the PTA. I really feel like this is Mitzi. What's her fucking name? Izzy and Bunchy Bunny. Dreaming.
Out there.
Dreams. Oh yeah. I'm sure he's gonna have a snag or two. Dreams. Izzy. Bunchu. Yeah, she has purple hair. Yeah, it's her stupid stuffed animal that comes alive in dreams. I guess that's my best guess, is like Izzy and Bunchu are actually a couple.
It's to the stuffed animal.
Right. This is Izzy's love letter to Bunchu. Is it the Mind Flayer? Because the Mind Flayer also has a purple weave. I'm cheating a bit. Lego minifigure purple weave.
Smirking too. So I think you're on it with that.
I think you're thinking too hard. Here we go.
Okay, guys, did you know that Lego is doing Halloween sets now? I mean, seriously, look at this blue school bus bringing all the trick-or-treaters to school. It is so bussin'. My kids aren't allowed to celebrate Halloween anymore because some Karen said the holiday celebrates satin. I mean, satin, come on. Who cares what kind of fabric the costumes are made of? So sad. Hey, is that little kid dressed as ST Pro?
So is it? It's Karen and Satin?
That's right. These
aren't Lego minifigures.
That's true, but of course this is based on this set in our commercial.
Yeah.
Where the Karen from the PTA loves satin.
Actually loves satin.
She loves satin.
Fortnite bus and sock. Chris Cummings asked, so whatever happened to the math test in exchange for the VIP points? I heard other YouTubers complaining that it wasn't working for them. I don't know.
There was a math test?
What does that have to do with Karen being in love with satin? Math test in exchange. Yeah. There's a math test.
Builder app.
In
the Lego Builder app has a parent verification part where you have to do a math question in order to verify that you're an adult or old enough to claim VIP points.
Who can't Google the answer to a math question? Like, this isn't like Leisure Suit Larry in the 80s where you couldn't play unless you could name the dates that Vietnam took place to see the boobies in the game. That is ridiculous.
You had to go to the Encyclopedia Britannica for that, you know?
Yes, and then you couldn't look it up fast enough. There was a time limit.
Man.
So Chris Cummings, what happened to it is because it was silly. Look who's here. It's Dawn. Slowbrickta from season 2 of Lego Masters and Brickworld staff. Never had to do a math test for my points. Yeah, neither have I. Yeah, I think Izzy and Bunchy Bunny was a good guess. I don't think I ever would have guessed that this was for a person with a fabric because the game was let's ship Lego minifigures.
You are so soft and touchable. Sheer weave, hit some snags, but I will always defend you, especially from the Karens of the PTA. Why can't we have a Valentine's Day party anyway? I heard it had something to do with how the whole day has become too commercial. But what do ads on TV have to do with Valentine's anyway? So sad.
Naive Lego mom.
Yeah.
She's
and the
yeah,
Fortnite
I mean,
bus.
she doesn't make the best choices all the time, but yeah, there it is. The Fortnite bus is what she loves.
Hail Satin. Hail Satin.
Hail Satin.
Dear Lord, man.
Did you like so sad?
How did you get that? I like tried to stop.
Typed it out with so.
I did.
Okay. I tried to get Slimer to stop elongating all of his words. VMacTech says, hope she washed those sheets February 15th.
I don't know. I did.
We'll never know.
I did some very small amount of research on satin. Turns out it's woven and it snags.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
I can see
there
how
you
I
go.
went wrong there by just not knowing those things.
You should have
were
known those things. You should have known them.
I guess so. I mean, I guess I was thinking too hard, but also at the same time, you broke the rules, man. You broke the rules.
I do for the last one. That's a rule.
Yeah. Yeah.
That last one definitely wasn't a freebie. It was yeah.
No, it was bit. Yeah. How am I supposed to keep my streak with that? Hey, Hail Satin.
Hail Satin. That's what we got.
Sure do.
That's funny because for Valentine's Day I actually got a tie. So.
Ooh, a satin tie?
Yes, actually.
All right. Nice.
Okay.
Well,
we
let's
go.
see here. That was our Valentine's Day shipping.
It sure was.
Episode. We're under 2.5 hours chugging right along.
We certainly are. So let me take another bathroom break.
All right.
And actually, you don't need to play a song, but we have several long songs. You can play Total Effing Jerk, or you can play Daddy Ben is So Ohio. We've got a lot of longer songs now.
We
but
can,
yeah,
we can
my
play
bladder's
one. So
just
if you're gonna head out,
weak.
we are going to do. I think we're gonna do this one for a specific reason. So we're gonna play this one.
Ben and Martin, new best friend when Jazzy Viking Bridge joined the Tainted. She likes Lego and Animal Crossing too. Makes amazing comments all the way through. She makes them laugh, lights up the chat, making fun comments until the show is wrapped. Then why did Mark Ben like a total effing jerk and delete all the comments like an evil effing jerk? Marvin Jazzy fucking bricks like a total effing jerk. What the F is wrong with him? That total effing jerk.
I think I just accidentally banned somebody. Jazzy Viking Bricks was banned? No. And their comments were removed? Jesus.
How do you unban somebody?
I don't know. I don't know. Crap.
How'd you do that?
I don't know.
Seriously?
What the hell just happened? Oh my god, this is terrible. This is so... How did this happen?
This is the worst thing we've done.
God. Yo, I don't even know how... I don't know.
Poor Jazzy.
And we love her.
Mark tried to impress her by choosing Series 9. She voiced her opinion, and Mark fell in line. His face lights up when she shows up. Loves every comment, bringing each one up. Then why did Mark ban her like it's total effing jerk, and delete all her comments like an eagle effing jerk? Mark said, why we do this like total effing jerks? Then said, you not we, you total effing jerk.
And then barf in the bad way that we.
Can you please stop saying we banter? I don't want to hear that again.
Mark Ben Jazzy Viking Bricks like total effing jerk. What the F is wrong with him? That's total effing jerk. That total effing jerk. That total effing jerk. That total effing jerk.
I have to say, I love this comment from Al Goff, who says, you banned somebody by accident? Yes, I did. The same person who said earlier, seems like you two really have this down. Yes, but sometimes we accidentally ban people.
Just occasionally.
Oh my God. So Slave for Ick One says, cheap view. Oh, no. Why did I bring that up? That's a stupid.
Because, Mark, we needed to show somebody how to get actually banned, except they're on Twitch, so we can't ban them.
And I can't do a damn thing about it. Yeah. So, fun times, real quick. I'm sure you're going to tell us why you played that song before the close calls, because you said you're going to play it for reasons. But I will tell you, before our last segment started, and I went to make sure that what Orion was barking at and see if Matt was home or whatever. The back door was open, the garage door was open. I couldn't find Orion.
It's not good.
But she was upstairs waiting for Matt to come out of the bathroom, and Matt had gone to the bathroom after he came back for his meeting, and so everything was fine. He just didn't close the back door all the way, and the garage door, something tripped the sensor while it was trying to close and open back up. But I was just like, okay, everyone's just running around in the alley. Where is everybody? So yeah, everyone was fine. But it took me a while to locate them all, because I was like, let's check the backyard, let's close the garage door. Where are the people and the dog? But yeah, that was fun.
Okay.
Alcoff says, "All my manners, gee whiz." No, you're totally fine. No, it's funny to me, the dichotomy of look, you guys have this down, but also we don't.
Yeah, no,
it's not you, man, not you at all. I did not mean to say that whatsoever. It's me.
Well, really, you may get accidentally. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Hey, Amy Schultz says, Al, you don't need to mind your manners. Yes, exactly. Just have dozens of fabulous one-liner jokes and have Mark truly enjoy each one. Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's.
There is a reason this is called the Tainted, and
that's what he meant.
Yeah, be here and enjoy it. So
I misunderstood what Al meant. I'll watch my manners. If you accidentally ban people, you must be ban happy. No, I was just dumb. I was scrolling too fast and clicking things too fast, and
So, our first close call. Should Mark be allowed to say, we ban Jazzy Viking Bricks? The options are, Ben, you chose this. You are part of the we. Or, Ben would never. Which one? Is it, am I included? Is this a we? Did we ban Jazzy Viking Bricks?
No, we did not. You did say when it first happened, and the evidence is in the song, you said this is the worst thing we've ever done. Which I appreciated. Like
there was solidarity until I knew what happened. Yes.
Until I said, and then we banned her, and you're like, stop saying that.
It's because you were like, I don't know what to do.
So there's nothing to do at that point.
Yeah, fortunately, this show is a we show. And if something happens on this show, unfortunately, you do bear some measure of responsibility for that.
Dad Bills is going with you chose this.
I do
Where's
tend
our poll,
to,
man. Let's get our poll.
Was it a Mark mistake?
I know, I'm working on it right now.
Clearly, it was a Mark mistake. But
it was a happy accident because I got to spend 2 days making a song about it. Let's see. So let me mute this tab real quick.
It's like walking around a show with Mark. It's not let's stop and chat. It's walk with me, because he will make a mistake.
There's a bit of we in everything I do, but it comes with the good and the bad. So you just got to be ready for it. So how do we start a poll? I forget.
Oh, there, somebody banned now.
Started playing. Yeah. So the question is, should Mark be allowed to say we banned Jazzy? And also, you don't see it in the song, but I quickly corrected myself and was like, I single-handedly, I did this. I effed up.
You also had a bit of the soliloquy about why it was we, and I was like, all right, fair enough.
I did not. There's no such thing. Prove
You
it.
did too. Okay, I'll re-listen to it. You were being very complimentary, of course, but you know.
I was being free. I was free of charge. All right, poll has been started.
Yeah, the royal we.
Tainted, please let us know.
The royal we. So is this a we? I chose this, or I would never ban Jazzy Viking Bricks.
Can I say, and this will probably lead to an accidental banning because I'm going to start clicking all these comments. I love that Al Goff is here tonight. Great guy. Glad you're here with us virtually tonight. A really fun member of Indie Lug. Does the Indianapolis show and also sometimes the Fort Wayne show. Good guy. Glad you're here. Thanks for joining us tonight. But yeah, the poll is live. Vote for this. Did Ben choose this? Or Ben would never accidentally ban somebody?
Never. I prefer all of my bannings to be on purpose and with malice.
So I'll say this again. What happened at the time, and I knew this was happening, I just couldn't really express myself at the time. A comment came in right after Jazzy Viking Bricks. And so I tried to turn hers off, but I accidentally clicked the ellipsis next to it, which brings up a little menu of like actions that you could do. And I was like, that's not what I wanted to do. So I scrolled down to click the next comment, but the menu was still open. And instead of clicking the comment, which I could see underneath the menu, I clicked ban user.
Yeah.
And remove all comments.
And it's not like, are you absolutely positively sure? It just
it didn't ask me at all. No. It was just like, there you go. You told us you wanted to ban. Now they're gone. I was like, no. And there's no control Zing that.
My favorite part was when you were like, how do I undo this? And then you were like, I just banned somebody. Who did I just ban?
I know, it's just
you're like,
I'm like,
OMG.
And I'm like all low energy. I'm like, I think I just accidentally banned somebody. What? Jazzy Viking Bricks? No. And then I finally wake up and I'm like, what the hell is happening? All right. So we Ben, you're definitely winning this one. I'm gonna go ahead and close this poll in about 5 seconds. Right. But right now it's at 67% that Ben would never. Ben would never. These people think somehow that you aren't capable of doing something on accident. By accident.
I don't know what to say.
71% now think that. And so the poll ends with Ben would never at 71%, and you chose this at 28%.
All right.
There we go.
Good then. All right.
It has now become Ben Ross because he doesn't make mistakes. He only has happy accidents. Mark makes mistakes.
That's right.
Well, I make mistakes. I would just never ban Jazzy Viking Bricks.
That would be the better question. All right. So you have 3.
Yeah, you want to see
close calls?
Yeah, you want to see?
No, I have 4, so I can do one of mine.
Okay.
Unless this is it has something to do and yours need to go back to back. Al Goff says, glad I'm still alive and able to still do shows after a close brush with death. Yes, I didn't want to get into that unless you wanted to talk about it. He had a bad motorcycle accident last year. Definitely attend this comical show in the future. Thank you. I hope so. Hope to see you more here. All right. So the next question is, what's a better villager for Bro Key? Is it Poppy or is it Apollo?
Am I disbarred? Am I allowed to answer this one?
You are not disbarred. You are absolutely able to answer this one. Sure, go for it.
For Brokey, it's got to be Apollo.
Yeah, I think so too, actually.
Like Poppy,
that's not even going to be a close call.
It's not a close call, huh?
I don't think so. No, it's got to be Apollo.
Now this is
kind of slapped me in the face this week. Right? Yeah.
I mean, if we're talking Buttland, Poppy maybe has a shot, but on Brokey,
Poppy 100%, yeah.
Got to be Apollo, you know.
Amy Schultz chimes in with, "I'm glad you're still here, Al. Holy smokes," she says. It was bad. It was bad, and I was really happy to see him able to display last year. It wasn't the easiest thing for him to do, but he loves being there, and it means a lot to him. So glad to see him pulling through even more now, and looking forward to see Al. And also very happy that you made it through for sure. But yeah, so like it hit me. If you watched Wednesday night, I was like, it was time to invite Spike for the third time and kick Apollo out, and I was like, this doesn't feel right. Then I remember that adding Poppy was kind of like a whim. I already have a lazy on there. It's Hornsby, and Hornsby's pretty cool. I mean, the Poppies are bros because they're stoners. The Poppies, I'm sorry, the lazies are bros because they're stoners.
Okay.
The Mac Attack votes for Apollo.
America.
And I was like, you know what? Poppy's cute. And I met him through the DLC, the Happy Home Paradise, and it was like, that's why I added him. It was like kind of on a whim. And I realized as I was putting it, I got a little antsy and I got sick of work. And so I was like, let's imagine that I have my third island when Nintendo Switch 2 comes out, and I'm gonna start over from a new island and do that on the live stream on Wednesday nights. Like, who are the characters you want on there? And I had like one or two for each one of the personalities, except for Cranky, because I love all the Crankies. And Lazy was like, I kind of have all the lazies that I like. And I was like, Poppy, I could have him on a new island easily. And he doesn't necessarily need to be on Bro Key. So maybe it's Poppy that needs to go and not Apollo. So yeah, looks like Apollo is at 100%. I'm just going to go ahead and end that poll. Apollo is at 100% in the poll. So yeah, so this is what we're getting.
I told you, not even close.
We're getting Spike and Apollo, and Poppy's out. Yeah. There we are.
Gotta take Spike, no question.
Always got to be an Animal Crossing question when I do close calls. So Ben, what else you got?
At least one.
I did.
All right, I want to know this. Stories that start with a Florida man. I want to know if Bubba made his meth-fueled lawnmower highway trip to Boca.
Dear
I don't
Lord,
know if
man.
that's how you spell that. Or no, this is going to be creepy. Please stop your story now.
So let's see. Stories that start.
He's going to be the. I want to know if Bubba
Florida
made it.
Man.
Yeah, I want to know if Bubba made it.
So I'm going to do it this way. The poll is going to come up this way: stories that start with Florida Man, Bubba, or no?
Or no. Yeah.
Those are your options: Bubba or no. Starting
Bubba
poll
or
now.
no.
Let me get my flip phone out so I record this.
So I tried to watch the HBO series Florida Man, and I turned it off like maybe 10 minutes into the first episode.
It was just not for you.
I think it might be, but like the first one was so disturbing that I was like, I can't watch all this. And it was even with like actors that I like it was moving in a funny direction. And then it just became, I'll say this, it became cannibalistic real fast.
Oof.
Real fast.
Oof.
And it was all hypothetical, but they were showing images of the hypothesis anyway. And I was like, oh, I don't need this in my life. I don't want this in my life. So yeah, let me think about this. I want to know if Bubba made his meth-fueled lawnmower highway trip to Boca, or no, this is going to be creepy. Please stop your story now. I don't know. I think there's a clickbait. I don't know. This is a close call. Because as I just said, I had to turn off the series Florida Man because it was way too much. But I do, when I see a post that's like Florida Man, blah, 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 I'm like, let's see what this is. I don't know.
Yeah, let's see if he's got a meth-fueled lawnmower highway trip. And he doesn't have to end in Boca, but he's got to end somewhere.
With a trailer with a live alligator in the back.
Well, I'm not sure how many votes we've had. The last one only had 4, so I guess there's really not that many. When you get 100%, it's kind of like, oops. There's only 4 votes. Right now we're at Bubba at 100%. I'm going to go ahead and end it in about 5
Everyone
seconds.
wants to know what happened to Bubba.
Yeah, they sure do. We'll see how many people actually voted for that. We got 20 people watching. I wonder how many likes we have. If you guys like what you're seeing, please like and subscribe.
Concern would be if you have a trip planned to go to Florida, then you may consider no, it's creepy. I don't want to hear this story because I'm planning on going down there.
Too close. Yeah. So the poll has ended at 100%. We had 6 votes, and everybody wants to know what happened to Bubba and his meth-fueled lawnmower.
All right.
Can you fuel a lawnmower with meth?
Well, it was. I guess the trip was meth-fueled.
Gotcha.
It was a meth-fueled lawnmower highway trip. All one thing.
Lawn mowing highway trip. Yeah.
On the lawnmower. Yeah.
Inquiring
minds want to know.
They sure do. All right, next question.
I agree with that.
All right, so Tom Brady, good commentator, good commentator, or I'm going to mute it and listen to the local radio commentators.
Good question.
Oops.
He doesn't annoy me, but I don't want to hear what he says either. So, I don't need to listen to him. But I can tune him out.
I think I would prefer a radio commenter that's what their entire job has been, is doing that, not a previous athlete that wants to tell you their opinion about it.
Yeah, so I think he started the season out really, really bad. And I am not a fan of him at all. Amy Schultz doesn't watch or listen. So she's not going to vote, I guess. But by the time it got to the Super Bowl, I actually enjoyed some of his commentary because he had the perspective of playing in the Super Bowl a lot with wins and losses, and was like surprisingly humble about it. So for the first time in my life, I actually didn't mind listening to him, which shocked the hell out of me. Usually I'm like, I'd rather listen to Joe Buck than Tom Brady.
That's hard to say, man.
That's a close call.
Yeah.
But I actually kind of appreciated his commentary on the Super Bowl.
All right.
I think it just took him a season to figure out what he was doing. He was garbage, absolute garbage at first. Let's see. Dawn also says he talks about when he was on the field. Yeah, which I liked. And most of them do. Most of them bet on the field, and they talk about that perspective. But it's like his is fresh and robust. Unfortunately, we had to see him in a lot of Super Bowls, and could not stand him at all.
There's got to be there's definitely an art to any of this, and we've experienced this too, right? I think we've become somewhat better at this. Al says he doesn't watch, didn't care. Well-oiled machine that we are now compared to where we started, and everyone's going to go through that. I think there's some former players that get too into the X's and O's, and they annoy me. And then there's some that are too generic, and it's hard to find that middle ground.
Troy Aikman is a really good middle ground. Tony Romo is probably the best. I'm going to go ahead and end this because it's at 100% for mute.
Wow. All right.
With just 3 votes. So apparently these aren't close calls tonight. We're getting some pretty high percentages towards one or the other.
Yeah.
Ben, do you have one more? I usually
do have one more.
One. All right, go for it.
One more. Here we go. We talked about this already a little today. Do you believe in any Lego conspiracy theories? Any of them? That's why I wear a tinfoil hat to Brickworld, or no? And there are, we could do an episode on Lego conspiracy theories for sure.
Could we?
Oh, there are a lot of
out there for those watching
for everything.
Throw a couple out there for those that are watching, just to have some ideas of what kind of conspiracies we're referring to.
Well, I just talked about this fake Bricklink one, or maybe it was real.
Yeah.
Did they intentionally try to push scarcity to drive up the secondhand market now that they have money there?
Mm-hmm.
Is everything on Lego Masters rigged? Though that's more of a Fox question, but still, Lego conspiracy theory.
We could definitely throw the conspiracy out there that Lego has no original ideas anymore, and they have to use IPs to make sets.
It's true. I don't know if that's a conspiracy theory or just
they do fund, they do run Bricklink and let fans be the designers in place of sets. So
and ideas. They do ideas and Bricklink.
Yeah.
Now.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And is all this just to get more money on the secondhand market now that they own it? Did we really land on the moon with Lego?
Did Lego go to space? Yeah.
Yeah, did Lego go to space? Does Lego come to the conventions just to steal fan-made designs? They send representatives to Brickworld. Is that what they're there for? Conspiracy.
Being real quiet on a lot of these. The Lego iceberg episode? Know what he's talking about? Or do you got nothing?
I got nothing. Mark calling me out.
Brick Orphanage says that picture looks like you
Total
faked
effing
it.
jerk. Good call, my friend.
This one is a close call
Perhaps.
for me because I think there are some that are really out there for what
It's
they
actually-
are, and then some of them aren't. So I'm torn between the two. I can't answer this one way or the
Yeah.
other.
This is the most rapid movement we've had on the poll all night. Currently, tinfoil hats is at 62%.
Ooh, some people believe in a few conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Why not?
And it's jumped around from like 80 down to 62 now. So I think there's quite a few votes on this one, at least, out of the 7 or 8 that we've had for the others, more people voting on this one. But yeah, we'll go ahead and end that poll in about 5 seconds. Really, tonight, when you mentioned Lego conspiracy theories, something that had been very far from my mind. So I didn't realize there were Lego conspiracy theories, and I guess we can do an episode about them, but maybe you do that the week that I'm at Indy.
Lego X-Files?
Okay. I mean, I'm just saying.
I mean, well, I've lived through it too. So I'm going to go ahead and end this poll. Let's see where we're at here. We're at 67% for tinfoil hat and 33% for no, with 9 votes. So yeah, looks like people are believing some of the conspiracy theories.
Yeah, apparently there was recently.
Think Lego is transparent.
Some of it is.
Could be.
Some of it's opaque.
March 2025, a set coming out is the Trevi Fountain. Apparently there's a conspiracy theory that Lego times releases of architecture sets to coincide with facelifts of recently renovated landmarks. I don't know if that's a conspiracy theory, but that's the belief, is you'll know what they're going to produce by what's been recently repaired over in Europe. So I don't know. I don't really think that's a conspiracy theory. I'm sure there are other good ones, though, that we should hear about. So I'd like to know what conspiracy theories everyone was going with.
Yeah,
it's probably an F1 conspiracy theory that we need to dive into.
Maybe we'll have to open up a forum to be like, what Lego conspiracy theories have you heard? And then respond to those. Amy Schultz says, I don't think the staff think that deeply into any of the theories. Al Goff says, it makes sense since they do control the aftermarket. Brick Orphanage says that's just good marketing by the landmark operator. VMAC Attack says the accidental frog production.
What about them intentionally sinking that ship carrying all the octopuses to drive up the secondhand price of octopuses?
That were found just in the shipwreck?
Just in the shipwreck, yeah. The special ones.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Crazy Lego conspiracy theories. There's from last March.
I think you're onto
there's
something.
a whole YouTube channel about it, apparently. Not maybe about it, but
dedicated to
crazy Lego crazy conspiracy theories.
Good to know. Good to know.
You just watch this one. They have the frog rumor, the overproduction issue, the viral marketing theory, the lasers and explosions theory. I've got to watch this later. I'm excited.
Who is grooming frogs?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a friend set.
Right? Inquiring minds want to know. It's like the friend's frog grooming truck. What? Yeah. Brick Orphanage
Moped trailer.
The Osprey was intentionally recalled so Lego employees could sell them on eBay and retire as millionaires. Ooh, that's a good conspiracy theory.
That's a conspiracy theory. I like that one.
Amy Schultz says, I'm sure they really wanted their whole shipment and possibly hurt the boat operation staff.
Yes. To drive up the secondhand price of octopi.
Just the octopi that were lost in the shipwreck only.
Do you think I bet I could find a conspiracy theory around Mr. Gold.
Yes.
I'm sure.
Did he really exist?
We're down a
Why
rabbit
his
hole
hands
here.
weren't gold?
Or maybe,
why his hands weren't gold?
It was like the McDonald's Monopoly game where they were selling or giving the pieces
to
the
their
big
family.
winning pieces to their family members. So everyone in Florida kept winning.
That happened right here in Oak Brook, Illinois, actually.
Yeah, so there's conspiracy theories for sure.
All right. Well, So put a pin in that because apparently it's getting quite a bit of chat going. So people apparently would be interested in a Lego conspiracy theory episode.
Hashtag Lego gossip.
I'll phone it in for that one, but I'll participate. Sounds like it'd be fun. Chris Cummings asks, "Does Lego float Chinese spy balloons over Brickworld?"
Brick built, and they're actually in the show. Yes.
right. You
They're
can
not
hear 'em.
balloons; they're drones. But whatever.
Yeah. You gotta listen closely to make sure you know when they're coming. All right, so this one struck me today, and I thought I'd ask everybody else: when you are building and sorting, do you talk yourself through the steps, or is talking to yourself a sign of mental illness? So here's what I do, by the way. So I'm walking around, and I've got like the sorting piles here, and then this and that there, and I'm like, like with the roof, I'm like, okay, all right, what I got to do? I got to move that one step back. This is gonna have to step 4 steps in, and we're gonna go, and let's do it. And I go, no, I am talking to myself, and so I wondered, it's like, is that healthy, or is that something everybody else does? Does this have any bearing on you whatsoever, or am I just insane?
I had a very long conversation the other day with myself with off-stud building. I'm like, okay, is this angle right? What angle is this? What angle does this? And can I build this right? Or do I need to adjust this? And what if I move these this way? And off-stud building and building a honeycomb to figure out angles on stuff. Or I could do the brick math.
Good old brick
and we all know, Lego math sucks. So sometimes trial and error is a lot better, but and it's not just in my head talking to myself. There's actual conversations with the brick. So
Ben, this is not a thing you do, or do you just sing Lego geometry?
I do sing Lego geometry like a lot
out loud to yourself.
Well, yeah. What else are you gonna do while you're building? And I have talked about how sometimes I sing like one song over and over when I'm like trying to take a mental break when I'm working on something. And
the distraction.
Oh, Canada is one of my frequent flyers, and I have no idea why.
So I love that, right? Which is great. I love that. That makes me feel better. So does this. Nick and Rick says, I talk to myself when scanning groceries at self-checkout.
I always say thank you to the Target self-checkout person or at the end, it always says to me, thanks, we'll see you again soon. I'm always like, yes, you will. I say that out loud. Like, yes, please, you will.
Says, please take your receipt. I say, okay, I will. Thanks for the advice. VMacatek says, oh, I need 10 of these. When I see a part I was thinking of using, but then visualize it in the build. Yes, say it out loud. Sorting becomes what if. Yeah. Nice. All right, cool.
Mark also talks himself through the steps whenever he's changing cameras on the stream, so we have that too.
I can't not talk myself through it. One of the great successes of this week was Orion did not leave the room today while I was building, because usually I'm like, fuck, why won't this come off? And it's like, she doesn't like that word, so she can tell. So I've adjusted to oh goodness, I am very upset that this piece won't come off easily. The bread loaf pieces don't come off. I'm like, I wish that there was an easier way to take this off, but I'm still a happy person, which she didn't buy at first. She would get up and look at me like, you're going to say the F word, aren't you? But today she was like, yep, you're doing that thing where you're not going to get mad. And I'm like, nope. I'm not going to F-bomb. I'm not going to be like, damn it, I don't have enough time. Blah. So yeah. Apparently I do it very out loud because it makes the dog uncomfortable. So I'm happy to say that as I checked in on this one for my own mental health, we are at 100% for talking to yourself is cool.
All
right, like that. With 7 votes even.
Wow.
All right, so Ben, you're done, right?
Well, unless you, of course, want to answer this question. Yub, victory celebration.
Yub.
That one doesn't even get a poll.
Nope. Actually, we could. Well, while we're ranting, we'll put up the poll: victory celebration or yub nub. We'll see what happens. Okay. But in the meantime,
will not stop me from asking next week.
Which theme needs a CMF line more, Mario Kart or Animal Crossing?
Mario Kart specifically.
I'm sorry, Super Mario.
Super Mario.
Not Mario Kart.
Well, the answer to this is Animal Crossing.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, Mario, first of all. Oh, VMAX voting for Mario, but here's my reasoning. The Mario characters are all varying in size. Not all of them really fit a minifigure mold. They're not all anthropomorphic necessarily.
Okay.
And on top of that, they have quite a few characters already. They have the main ones most people would be interested in.
Kenzie Boo is here. But do they have minifigures?
They have some minifig-esque.
They don't, though. I think that's the big thing. I think this is
like
swing.
Toad. He's kind of close. He's got some minifigure-y features.
No, he's like a 2x2.
He's a round 2x2.
I think this is going to swing wildly towards Mario because like people are so sick of seeing the Super Mario sets and not having actual minifigures that are Mario based. And yes, Animal Crossing has 400 characters that they can make into minifigures for a CMF line, but Super Mario doesn't have any minifigures at all. I think people were hoping that Super Mario Kart sets would have.
They had the gumption to do it with Sonic. Why won't they do it with Mario?
And Zelda and Animal Crossing, other Nintendo properties.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I don't have any desire to have a Super Mario minifigure.
So Kenzie,
you have a thing against plumbers.
Our friend from Wednesday night, she asked how we're doing tonight. We're lit up. We're getting ready for rants, and we're talking about our close calls. And so you can go ahead and vote in the poll if you like. Which Lego theme needs a CMF line more? Which CMF means collectible minifigure. Would you rather see Lego Super Mario figures, or would you rather see Animal Crossing figures?
Tell me what Bowser looks like as a minifigure.
Mrs. Lionessi says, "I love Animal Crossing, and my island has only wolves. I just evicted my last wolf because his jaw started to freak me out. I want to get at least one as a figure, so a series would be great." Yes, Miss Lionessi, thank you for joining us. Glad you're here. And if you've been lurking, thank you for your first comment. What was your question, Ben? Because I didn't answer. I forget what you said.
What would Bowser look like as a minifigure?
Like the troll, like the giant troll in the Drawers Mine?
The size of one of the gorillas, or
so he'd be a big
large animals. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to do some of that, but like most of them, like you want Peach, you want Daisy, you want Mario, you want Luigi, you want the Toads, you want and you could do all that in minifigure
size.
What about
Yoshi? Is Yoshi a horse?
Shy Guys? I don't know. Yeah. I mean, they should do something creative and fun that you can actually.
Yoshi could be the same scale as the old original Green Dragon from the Castle series.
He'd be too big.
Just round him up a little bit more, and he would. I think it would be the same size as a Yoshi.
All right, that's
practical, as opposed to a brick built.
I just think it would be a lot easier to do this CMS for the 400 freaking Animal Crossing characters.
As already mentioned, you have a problem with plumbers, but at least the plumbers and
some of my best friends are plumbers.
As a base would be great. Because
Mario would be more than sufficient to cover the line, which get out of the way, just like they've done with the Simpsons or other things like that. They've done 1 or 2 CMF series for special edition stuff. I could see a CMF line just for Mario, and then with Animal Crossing, they could upscale the minifig production with sets.
Yes,
to add more figures to the sets to
now
get that out.
Create a bunch of molds because there's I don't know how many species of animals are in Animal Crossing, but for the villagers there's at least I want to say 20. Real quick, all right, how many animal species in Animal Crossing? Because there's NPCs. There are NPCs that that you can't get as villagers, that don't have other, there's otters, but there are no otter villagers. There's only otter NPCs, or the raccoons.
Playable characters.
Yeah, exactly. There's 36 villager species. 36. I said at least 20. In total, there are. Hold on, with the NPCs. Come on. Give me the answer. It's not giving me the answer, but there's at least 36 species. So they'd have to make like 36 separate molds. Their horse mold already has a unicorn horn in it because they've only made Julian. So it'd be a lot. Like they have to know that the Animal Crossing line is going to be evergreen. I asked ChatGPT the other day how the sales are going. They said they're going great. A lot of them are sold out right after the sales open up. Great. Hope they continue. They better continue for my heart. I want to see more of the figures.
I would love to see them
crappy
do
sets.
a CMF poly bag where you could get like a 5-character bag, rather than have like a regular CMF or a regular poly bag build. Do it as a character bag.
Yeah,
with like one really desirable character and 4 other playable characters for that in a CMF type line like that.
Yeah,
that would also eliminate the whole scan and go off of CMF lines where you stop selling the great figures.
True.
So,
yeah, good point. I mean, there's a plethora of characters in all of the Nintendo properties, and they're also doing Zelda, so there's no reason not to just like, let's go all in on Nintendo character bags, character packs, character designs. I don't know if they would run into a Hasbro type thing like they did with
Star Wars.
Star Wars, yeah. Chris Cummings says, but there was the Lego. Chris Cummings brings up a great point, but there was the Lego Dimensions line. Those had some interesting figures, yeah, and a lot of them were one-offs, and then it got canceled. VMAC Tech says Battle Packs, Chris. Yep. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end this poll. It is at 75% for Super Mario, 25% for Animal Crossing. Thought it would go Super Mario, but I think it's a bigger property, even though like Animal Crossing is like the second highest selling Switch game. I think people are still like Super Mario is just a bit more nostalgic and more widely beloved by many different demographics than Animal Crossing, unfortunately. And people have been dying as long as Super Mario has been a Lego line. People want it to be minifigures, not these chonky QR code things. Anyway, we're past 3 hours, Ben. See, we can do it.
I knew we could.
We can do it. And I'm sure Matt wants to have dinner.
Pesky QR codes, but they have all the buildable figures already, I guess, whatever. It helps with all their various shapes.
Yeah, the downside is there isn't a consistency in character size, so new lines that come out may have a new variety of size for different figures. So,
I don't know. The characters are all different sizes, just what they are.
Very cool.
And there's a lot less variety, I think, in Animal Crossing in terms of sizing. Anyway.
Good point.
Let's get to our final topic, which of course is, some vicious verbiage, which is, some ranting.
Yep, sure is.
And we like to rant around here for 1 minute about something that's stuck in our craw. And one thing I've always complained about, of course, is what a pain in the ass it is to set a 1 minute timer on my stupid iPhone. But I figured out how to kind of do it. We've given up trying to put it on the screen because it just looks stupid. But we are ready for some ranting, and we can go big like this. You want me to do all the things?
Sure. I'm starting the poll for better Return of the Jedi ending.
Okay.
Yub Nub or Victory Celebration. We'll see what the poll says.
Okay, so we always like to start off rants by telling you that Mark always does this.
Okay, listen up. If that is your real name.
So that's how Mark likes to start all of his rants.
Mm-hmm.
And then we play a little piece of cake, and then Mark says, I got to start it, and then wait a little bit, because if I don't, the very beginning of my rant gets cut off, and he doesn't.
Cuts off your audio, yeah. Makes it hard to hear it. So I think we've talked enough over it for it to have all evened out. So why don't you go ahead, sir?
All right,
rant away.
This week, I have absolutely nothing to rant about. It was a perfectly lovely week with nothing to complain about, except all of the things I had to do except for build Lego. Like, attend all of the kids' events, attend even more of the kids' events, attend even more of the kids' events, and then attend some more of the kids' events. But guess what? I'm not complaining about that, and I'm not ranting about that because I love my children desperately, even if they are little time vampires. And I wouldn't change a thing except for the fact that they're time vampires. Little time vampires. But again, I love them. And of course, we already talked about the fact that my sweet daughter wanted to volunteer her time on her birthday to help the starving children. And my son played 3 basketball games today. He was a good sport the entire time. But guess what? You're still time vampires, and I love you dearly. End of rant.
They time bandits?
No, vampires. They're time
okay,
vampires.
okay. Just making
They
sure.
suck the time right out of me.
Well, what we like to do on this stream is offer our guest hosts the opportunity to rant first, but I guess Ben already took that opportunity away from Brick Dad Builds. So, Brick Dad Builds, do you have a rant for this week?
I do. I don't know if I still qualify as a guest host anymore. I've been on a couple shows now, so it's a pleasure. I do have a rant.
I have a new freaking rant if you want to hear one.
I don't. All right, I'll go ahead and start the music, Ben, if you don't mind starting a timer.
Well, we will just wait 1 second here. The timer is ready to go when I say go. Ready, set, and go.
If that's your real name, I have a rant about your road plates. Why would you give us a speed champion line that will not fit on these road plates? You give us road plates, you make them to go with the modular sets and cities, but then you give us these beautiful speed champion cars, and you continue to give them to us, and you won't take the regular city cars and actually upsize them a little bit to make them fit a little bit better. I absolutely hate it. I'm annoyed with it, and I refuse to buy your speed champions because of it.
It's only 25 seconds. Well, there's still 25 seconds left, but hey, that's a
I'm
rant.
just going to I'll just let everybody sit there and stew on it for another 25 seconds. Why do speed champions not fit on the city plates?
Now,
you gave us these beautiful modulars, but
getting some love from the chat. I'm seeing the hearts blow up over here on the chat.
Exactly.
They're agreeing with you.
Speed champions are great.
Now, is this only true for the new wider speed champion sets? Because they used to be narrower, and then they widened them out.
And also, they keep giving them to us and giving them to us and giving them to us, and they're going to continue to keep giving them to us because Speed Champions apparently is the thing.
Yeah, I mean, they started out 6 wide, and now they're 8 wide.
Yeah.
For the most part. So I think people were like demanding that they make them bigger, and now Brick Dad Build wants them to walk it back. So
champions are actually wider than the new Lego semi truck that they gave us.
Jeez.
So
Amy Schultz says, "Tell them with your money." Rick Orphanage says, "Yeah, stick to old school base plates."
What if they backtracked and made the road plates wider? Would you be down with that?
I think it would cause chaos for any modular city builders because of the fact their cities are so stationary and built already that I think it would cause issues off of their 32 by 30 or 16 wide plates. So
yeah, I mean, I was just thinking, we live in the Midwest where we have 2 seasons, winter and road construction. So it could just be part of what your city has to happen now.
Old school cities, you got your narrow streets with no parking. New base plates, new road plates come. Well, welcome to new cities, new infrastructure. I could see that, and I would be okay with that.
Yeah, right. Good call.
All right. Well, we are going to get ready for Mark to go. Mark, do you have a good rant this week? Do you need a timer?
I do need a timer. Okay. And wave or something when the minute's up because I can never hear you because I'm yelling.
I usually hold up the phone, but I will say, you're done, Mark.
You do hold it up, but there's a light above your desk that reflects off the screen and I can't read it.
You're done. You're done. You're done.
All right. And Mark, you can start right now.
Okay, listen up, freezer bags. If that is your real name, I thought you were my friend. I thought you were the solution to my disorganized table. I'd grab a freezer bag. I thought I was a genius. Just throw the bricks that are all over the table in a bag. If I need the pieces from this, I can just grab a bag and look. But you're not a friend. I should call you a Lego void because there's no remembering what I put in those bags. Those bags just sit on the floor. There's something about them. It's actually hard to see through. Maybe because there's so much crap in the bags that I can't see the colors that I'm actually looking for. Maybe there's a bunch of gray and black on top of the purple and lavender and dark blue and beautiful colors that I'm looking for. And I can't see that that's what that is. I just think they're random unsorted bags of crap. But you hid these pieces from me. Instead of making it easier for me to find them later, like I thought it would be, You lied to me. You lied to me with just the premise of being something easier to make my life flow more smoothly, but you're just avoid to hell for those bricks. All you are.
Avoid to hell, everybody.
Yeah, that's it. That's the week's show, man. We're at the end of the
I do it
show
too.
run. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, and sometimes you use like the cheap ones.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like getting bins at the dollar
These are definitely
store.
the cheap ones.
Don't
these
do
are.
it, you know?
Yeah, these are my cheap
Do they like
bags.
get all scratched up though, so you can't see through them after they've been in a bin for like a day or two?
Or there's like that thing that you can write on, like that big white piece, so you can like write on.
These are even cheaper than that. So no,
this is frozen turkey. So there's a big white thing across the bag that somehow blocks like your vision of like, oh, this is where all those block of white are. Yeah. So I went ahead and ended the Better Return of the Jedi ending poll, and it looks like Yubnub won 66% to 33% with 6 votes.
See, that's not a sweep.
Yeah.
It's not.
We're going to ask that again because
it was 50-50 for a while, actually. Actually, if we hadn't run it for so long.
Yeah, it was probably because you went out and voted.
I did not vote.
Just to knock it up one. Or you
I did not
texted
vote.
your friends to say, come vote for this. You don't even know what we're talking about.
I
But
don't
come
have
vote
friends.
for this. I have. I now have the next 2 weeks' rants already built up.
I'm sure you do.
They're both about one person.
Oh, Brick Dad builds? Why?
I did. Yeah, I.
You won't be in the
ruined it
live
all.
because you're going to be traveling or doing something. So
Ruined it all.
Well, this was fun tonight.
Yeah, hey, there you go.
Good times.
And I would like to point out, even though you complained about Brick Dead builds coming on and then me doing my rant first, we didn't play this.
We didn't do Closet of Shame.
We didn't do Closet of Shame.
Yeah, we did it all
I'm going
wrong.
to say he's less so a special guest alert and just a guest now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I want him on equal footing when he's here.
appreciate that. And we did play my intro song back when we did the evaluation of my build. So I do feel, somewhat welcome in that respect. So I don't feel obligated to necessarily go first. But thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm glad you feel somewhat welcome.
Whether I'm here in the camera or over in the chat, this is how all of us feel in this, and that's the environment that you guys build. So thank you guys for your work at putting this together in this respect.
Thank you. Appreciate that a lot.
The way we operate this show, Mark, would you say the way we operate this show is a mistake or a happy accident? What do you think?
Happy accident.
Yeah, because there are no mistakes. There are only happy accidents. So says our friend, our mentor, the dearly departed Mr. Bob Ross.
Yeah,
what are we rolling as an outro today, Mark?
It looks like you chose one of our favorites. And thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you, Brick Dad Builds, for hopping in and being a guest tonight. And we appreciate all the support. I hope you guys will come see us on Wednesday nights for Brickworld Crossing, 11 p.m. Hope you'll see our special presentation on March 1st at 1 p.m. Central. And of course, we'll be back here next week at 7 p.m. Central for Think Outside the Blocks. Appreciate you all very much. Thank you for supporting us and for supporting Brickworld. Good night.
Daddy Ben, oh, he loves his space. Lego ships in orange, all in place. But Mara's size, they're all the same. And why that beard? It's just a shame. Orange ships, computers galore. Mara dreams of something more. In Legoland, where dreams take flight. Orange or not, they'll get it right. Daddy, your ships are lame. All of them look the same. And your beard, such a disgrace. Maybe just one short hair on your face.
I spend too much time working on them.
And sometimes you just don't do them. It's like
Yeah.
And your beard.
And my beard.
And your mustache.
I'll get back in the photo so everyone can see.
Ugh.
Alright.
It should be more like one of those French ones that is in the movies, like squirrels.
Like a little villain mustache?
Yes. You need that.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mara. Thanks for the rant.
Or you just need
Good
one
job.
little hair.
It takes too long for you to build them. Focus, get it done, concentrate, Daddy Ben. One more word about your beard. Come on, Daddy, it's so weird.
And they don't have different size ranges, which they should. And they they all have computers in them. Like, it's disgusting.
Orange spaceships, make it end. Listen, friend, it's not a trend. Orange beard, that's the trend. Make it happen.